Welcome to episode number 12 of the Off the Field podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome. Love to be back.
I want to kick it off with baseball news because we are avid baseball fans.
See, here's the thing. I'm happy for the way the Angels are kind of doing, but I'm also
we should
not happy.
There's 3 more wins we should have, but our blow pin is terrible.
Oh, not the blow pin. Let's get right into it.
I don't want to talk about them right now. There are brighter, happier things happening in baseball. The Rays are 11-0.
Yes, sir.
So,
I just got the notification.
How do you feel, Tampa Bay fans? And I told you to put your phone down because you read that notification out loud. And there's another thing that just happened. The Marlins have their first cycle ever now.
No way.
Luis Arias, who's been there for under a month, has the first cycle in Marlins history.
No way.
So congratulations to, I guess, Florida fans.
Pretty much. Doesn't get better than this.
Florida baseball is looking pretty cool right now. Our guest today, he is my best friend since 7th grade.
Aww.
The world says he looks like literally any white guy with a beard.
Just a bit.
And he got his softball name by making his first game in the Christmas special, and it's stuck forever.
Oh,
Christmas sweater.
We love this guy.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
How you doing, man?
Happy to be here. Never been on a podcast, so this is gonna be interesting.
There's always a first, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
just to add,
I had the mic the wrong way, but now we got it.
All right. So we've known each other for a long time, you would say, yeah?
Yep.
All right. We met in 7th grade speech class. You were the new kid from Arizona.
you were not from Arizona.
Well, he's
I
not.
lived there for 2 years.
Me and my homies hate people from Arizona.
Okay, but I'm not from there. So
What Arizonians
So you
ever-
love me, right?
Well, they were. Yeah. Wait. Do you love him?
Ooh.
Him.
Of course. I love this guy. He looks like
You
any
just
other
said you
white
hate
guy
him.
with a beard.
I'm kidding. Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant. He looks like Chris Hemsworth. He looks like Chris Liam. Who else?
Who's Chris Liam?
Liam Hemsworth.
Liam? No, not Hemsworth. Well, yeah, Liam Hemsworth.
The Hemsworth brothers. More Liam, I would say.
I was gonna say Liam.
I don't see long blonde locks,
Oh, you
but
know
the blue eyes are all there.
It could be.
Now, I became friends with you because we were paired up in speech class for a project, and I had a friend group of 3 at the time, and the other 2 paired up together, and I didn't want to be partnered up with anybody else in the class. So I was like, I'll partner up with the new kid. The new kid was Sweater.
I was the new kid. Yeah.
It was Riley.
Yep.
How did you feel coming first day, new school, coming from Arizona?
That must be nerve-wracking, low-key.
It was literally in the middle of the school year, so I was
Oh.
very nervous, very scared, just like going into this brand new school in the middle of the year.
Did you know anybody at all down here? From
Nobody.
Arizona?
No, I didn't know anybody.
Not even family.
You lived in California before that time in Arizona.
Yeah, but
Weren't you in this same area before?
I was before I moved. I was in Aliso Viejo,
Not
so
the
not
rich
close
part.
to like. Yeah. What did you say?
He said, not the rich
The
part.
rich part.
All I see are Mercedes-Benz, Audis, and Maybachs over there.
That is true, but I lived in Newport, and there was even more of those. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that just turns straight into Lamborghinis only.
That's
Oh, yeah.
true. That's true.
One of my first memories, I think this was when we had to go over to your place to pair up and work on this project. You chased me out of your apartment with a bat. Do you remember that?
I remember this, but like it was a joke, right? Like,
Yeah. Don't remember why, but I know we were just messing around.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but I do remember that.
I remember also in that apartment,
Oh
I have 2 more memories. Both of them I did not write down, but they just came to my head. Your old dog, Nala?
Naya.
Naya. Can you name all your dogs? So, like,
It's
one letter off.
So all my dogs have started with N and then ended with A.
Why?
So
That's
my
literally where
first
is it?
one Naya, and then we got a dog named Neela,
Okay.
and then now I have Nala.
It was literally the last thing I wrote down. Is there a reason all your dogs I've known start with N, Naya, Neela, Nala?
There's no reason. It just kind of happened.
Well, now it has to be. You kind of are stuck doing
I
it.
guess I got to keep it going.
Yeah. And then we went to our local donut shop, and we got a bag of donut holes.
Right on.
And, one of the number one things people say you're not supposed to give dogs is chocolate.
They were all chocolate.
They were all chocolate.
Even like the cake batter?
No,
I think so.
I don't.
Oh my
or-
god, dude, that's a double whammy.
I don't remember, but
Oh no, because it was Winchell's, and they have the sprinkles chocolate on the inside regular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But we were going. I think we were just going to 7-Eleven, which was like right over the hill from his house.
Did you guys like throw him at a dog, or you feed him?
No,
to his
so
dog?
we're like, I don't know. Why didn't we just put him in
No.
the fridge or on the counter?
I don't know. I forget where we put him. But
I remember.
where did we put him?
We put him under the bed. It wasn't like a huge gap from the
Yeah.
floor. It was like pretty small. And we put him under the bed and put pillows around it. So why, like, not the fridge,
Not even a high countertop.
not the counter, not the shelf,
Yeah.
just
under.
pillows.
I don't know. I don't know why.
So she grabbed a hold of those and just munched on them.
Yeah,
all of them.
whole bag.
Finished the whole thing.
Came back. She was on the bed and the bag was next to her
Just chilling.
empty,
But,
huh?
She was fine though. She didn't get sick or anything.
somehow.
She didn't have
somehow.
diarrhea. No,
No.
like no.
Ar-
Wow.
artificial chocolate, I guess.
She had
Artificial.
stomach of steel, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And then the other memory, our friend Maxwell. Well, I guess ex-friend. I haven't talked to him in years.
Oh, fun fact: he's a very famous DJ now.
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
What's his DJ name?
Uber.
Like DJ Uber?
Yeah.
I don't know if he
Well-
says DJ Uber, but it's
Or is it just
Uber.
Uber?
UBUR. Uber.
Mhm.
Oh, like
So-
a
so
German.
not-
And I
Uber.
saw him in concert too.
So was he
Yeah.
rocking the fucking
So-
house or what?
He was good. He was good.
No, he wasn't. You didn't like. Was it like techno?
I mean,
bass?
what if he watches this one day? I don't
Bro,
know.
shout out to Uber. Me and my homies love Uber.
Shout out to
That's what I
Maxwell.
wonder if it's like that on the opposite side. We're like, dude, we were friends with him. He became a DJ. I wonder if he's with his friend group right now. He's like, dude, I was friends with him. He became a YouTuber.
Watches Dodger films.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But I know
But,
that guy too, and her.
He had the most overprotective parents
Oh yeah.
I've ever met.
No way.
And we were going to the same 7-Eleven that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
And it's literally over the hill from his house. And he is walking back with us. We were staying the night at Sweater's apartment.
Okay.
And then his mom skirts in front of us. We're literally like a turn away from getting back.
You're just walking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just walking.
Just walking. And she's like, "Why are you out? What are you doing?" And then I'm like, "Oh my god, bro, what?" And then you were at the sleepover with his dad, right?
No, I wasn't. I was not. At that one.
Oh, not the sleepover.
But like
with Maxwell's
her
dad.
mom. I mean, his mom was like following us or something. I don't know. It was
Psychotic.
weird.
Or had a tracker on
Or
him or
tracker.
something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice little Apple tag.
Dude, there were no Apple
I
tags
there were
back
no
then.
Apple tags.
Oh, I
no.
know that.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was wild.
his dad, I thought you were there, but it was a sleepover party for his birthday. And we were being loud and rambunctious, just kids.
Just kids
His
literally
dad
being kids.
comes down, tells us to shut up, and has a shotgun. And he pulls a chair, like flips it around,
Yo.
and is like, "You're gonna be quiet now, okay?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Okay, excuse my
they were
French,
psycho.
but why the fuck would you hang out with them?
He was cool.
He was cool. Yeah. He was,
Me and my homies love Maxwell, but we don't love Maxwell's parents.
his
bro.
parents were-
Hell no.
well, I'm guessing now. Maybe I don't know.
Either he
He's-
broke away from his parents,
'cause
or
I
they're
don't think they would like him being a DJ.
No.
and traveling and
you think they'd be like for sure like you have to get a good job.
Yes.
You have
yeah,
to do this.
definitely for sure.
They were crazy.
You know what
Yeah.
that means? Then Maxwell's living his life. He's living his best.
Oh
life.
yeah, he's living his best life.
What's
He's
that
traveling and doing big shows. and
Maxwell,
stuff.
give us a track. We need an intro track.
Maybe one day he'll get on the podcast.
Hey, Maxwell, we want
But
you
this
here,
is
bro.
Sweater's episode right now. You moved out of there, and then you moved to a house. Two memories from this house come to my mind. There was the one with the spotlight. Do you remember that? And the
Yeah.
helicopter.
Yeah, we were out. We snuck out of the house
Yeah.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I think how old were we? Like 13, 14?
I
Maybe
think,
even
I think
younger.
high school.
Yeah, 13,
Yeah.
14, whatever.
And then we're across the street, like from his house, not the main street, like the street.
It was a park out at a park.
Yeah, a park.
Yeah.
And I think we were ding dong ditching, right? Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sounds like us.
And
That was the best.
helicopter shines a spotlight down in the park, and we're like,
Like,
"Oh my
on
god,
all of you.
oh my god, oh my god!" Like at us, and so we hid under a tree
Yeah.
across
this
from
tree
his
will,
house.
will hide us.
we literally-
they didn't send like a squad car or anything to like survey the area.
no,
No.
at least
Damn.
I mean, like I said, we were literally across the street.
They were searching for something. I don't think they weren't searching for us.
We
but-
just happened to be people that were
Yeah.
out at the
And
moment.
they shine the light like right through the park.
All you hear is sweater, get on the ground. Sweater on the ground. No.
So there was that memory in that house, and then I've I always claim this to other people. Do you think that house was haunted?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
So my only reasons I say that when I tell people is your upstairs was freezing, even with the windows closed and
you remember the time we slept over, right?
and the blinds were moving and everything.
Yeah, the blinds, all the windows were closed, everything. All of a sudden, got like freezing in there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just the blinds started shaking back and forth violently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was just me sleeping over.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have any other stories? You lived there.
Yeah. So the upstairs, there was always like footsteps. Like we could always hear like.
Were there like heavy ass footsteps, or were it just like super
It was
light?
like light footsteps, but you could hear them like going back and forth, like all the time.
Like somebody's pacing upstairs.
Yeah, someone's pacing. So before we owned the house, someone died.
Oh, did they mention that to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
That must have been a
husband,
good
the
discount.
husband died before we moved in. So
Was it violent? Did they say?
no, I think he was just
Peaceful.
old.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just old.
I hope so.
But so we always heard footsteps, and my cousin's friend came over. She was a medium. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. The people
Medium.
who talk to him.
Yeah.
And she claims that she saw an old man on the top of the stairs. We didn't have any old men in the house.
Oh my god.
That's what she
bro.
saw, and like she didn't know about this. Like she just saw that person. Like we didn't tell her it might have been haunted or anything.
She walked in and just saw the person.
Yeah, on the top of the
So
stairs.
it's
just
gotten to the
this-
point where your mom called this medium, right? Or was it
No,
like a friend?
she was just a friend of my cousin. So
And they were like, oh, wait, so she came over and was like, I feel a weird energy.
yeah, just random. Like my cousin just invited her over, like because she lived with us at the time. My cousin
Yeah.
and the medium just said that she saw a man on the stairs.
But like, did the man do anything at all?
No, he wasn't like violent or anything. He was just standing there. I
Just
guess.
Jimbo
Yeah.
right now, just-
'Cause I think he used to just walk up and down the stairs, like his spirit. I guess
That's the
Walking
breeze.
through
The
It's him
upstairs-
just walking right by you. Like,
The upstairs wasn't a whole upstairs. It was just like a living room.
It was a big room. It was just a huge
Yeah.
room upstairs.
Yeah.
We eventually made that into like a little apartment up there. We put a room up there.
It did have like a sink and
bathroom. Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
And then I think the ghost got scared off by all the construction. 'Cause we literally put up We literally put up walls in that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I never
Eventually,
saw it at that
There was
point.
like separate rooms. Like,
bro, you fucking boxed him in.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't see him
basically.
anymore. He's like in between the walls now. He's
Basically.
stuck. Poor bastard, just like
Poor guy.
Back to our rambunctious times, we were talking about brief ding dong ditching. We would do that all the time at our friend Bobby's house.
Yep.
Is there any favorite ding dong ditching story you have that we did?
Well, there was a few people that we named.
Yeah.
Crazy Murphy,
Yeah.
Shotgun Lady.
Yeah.
I just
Lady.
remember.
Yeah.
Was there any? Oh, Scooter Freak.
Scooter Freak.
Yeah, we named them.
Scooter Freak. You
different
guys,
people.
you guys sound like an episode of Trailer Park Boys.
Well, they would do something and then they'd get a name.
Yeah, because okay, Scooter Freak. What? What is-
Wyatt was grinding on his brick thing outside with a scooter.
Oh,
and
okay.
he freaked out on
And then
him.
he freaked. Scooter Freak. Yeah, there you go.
Scooter Freak.
Shotgun Lady. You can kind of imagine.
Why would the lady just pull a full-size shotgun on you
This
guys?
time when she got her name though, we ding dong ditched Scooter Freak, and Shotgun Lady lived on the street behind him,
Yeah.
and so their streets came like this, so we were trapped.
Oh lord.
So we had just ding dong ditched her. We ding dong ditched her first, went around ding dong ditched him, and then we're like running back the other way, and we're like, well, who do we want to take our chances with?
I'm taking Scooter Freak all the way.
Scooter Freak already had
Yeah, he
a
might.
reputation.
We don't know if he has a shotgun. So
But
well,
you visibly
No.
saw a
We didn't know the
The-
reputation of Shotgun Lady at the moment. We were just ding dong
Oh,
ditching
yeah,
a
yeah.
house. So we're like, well, we know he's crazy, so let's just go to the other one. Let's go down this street to go home. She's in the window, like with a shotgun. At least that's what we saw.
That's
crazy.
bro.
Yeah. Crazy Murphy was just crazy. He would chase us.
yeah, he would go around the neighborhood like in his car, wouldn't he?
Mhm. Yeah.
And like be like, have you seen any kids running around or something? I
were
think
you-
one time like
He's like one got
pizza
away
story?
story.
or yeah, yeah, the pizza store, yeah.
We ding dong ditched him, but like this was years after we did it. We took like a break from ding dong ditch.
It was like it was your victory lap. You're like, hey, one more for the books.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one more for the
basically.
it really was.
Yeah.
And so we're like, for good old times. So it was me, Sweater, our friend Wyatt, and he was late to the punch. We were like, does he not live there anymore? And so we're like, let's go get a pizza. There was a pizza place right outside the neighborhood. So it'd been like 30 minutes. And we get the pizza, and we're walking back to our friend's house. and he pulls up in his truck like, kind of like that, and then
Perfect.
he's like, "You guys see any kids ding dong ditching lately?" And then our friend improvises so fast. He's like, "Nah, man, we just got a pizza," and it worked.
Pizza.
He drove off.
Yeah.
Pizza saved your ass.
I do remember one other story where I don't think it was like one of those people that we ding dong ditched, but we ding dong ditched
I
somebody.
have two more that I hope you're about to say.
Well, the one where we were hiding in a bush.
This one's funny because it involves him like scaring the fuck
we
out
ding
of
dong
everybody.
ditch this random person, and we go and hide in a bush. That's our big plan.
It was a cool bush. It was like hollow.
yeah, so
so,
we all
like-
kind of fit in there.
Yeah,
There
So
was
it was just like the outside, but the inside was completely hollow.
yeah,
Yeah.
there had to be like 7 of us, 6 or 7 of us. I don't know, in this bush.
Yeah,
You're in somebody's apartment, bro.
basically.
Yeah.
A little
Um,
nice studio.
So we were like sitting there just hiding, and I had an old Android phone at the time, and my ringtone was a siren.
It was a police siren.
police siren. So we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden my phone goes off, and it's a police siren. Everybody like freaks out,
Oh my god!
and I just answer the phone. I'm like, "Hi, mom."
Nobody could see it because he was in the farthest back, so
Yeah.
everybody was in front of him. Like, oh my god! And you hear from behind us, "Hi, mom," and we're like, "Oh my god!" That was Acorn Lady, or because she would throw acorns. At
Oh,
us.
okay, yeah.
Oh, you had somebody that threw projectile shit too.
People in
Yeah.
that neighborhood did not like being ding dong
No,
ditched.
and we did it a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
You guys
I
are
would
menaces.
I still to this day, if somebody ding dong ditched my house, I either would be too lazy to go answer it, or I'd just be like, "Huh, that's weird."
Yeah.
Then I'd leave. Like, they got pissed.
Wouldn't go chasing anybody.
Would you guys hit the same people over and over again though?
Crazy,
Yeah.
Crazy Murphy. was
That's
the
why they
most.
fucking hated you.
I mean,
You
'cause
gotta
we
you gotta like
no,
spread out the love.
'cause we
bro.
got
The point is,
reactions.
we got a reaction out of it. We wanted a reaction
Hey,
out of them.
the
and
reaction,
we, did.
we got it though.
So we wanted to keep getting that reaction.
Yeah,
So it was fun.
Crazy Murphy was the most, I would say. Then Scooter Freak, and then from there it kind of just spreads out.
So it's Crazy Murphy, Scooter Freak, and then Shotgun Lady.
Yeah, probably. I would
Yeah.
say.
That sounds like a fair ring.
Do you remember the time where we were hiding in somebody's like side yard, and then the guy we ding dong ditched just walked right in front of us, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, and he didn't call the cops or get mad at us. We got out of that one too. I don't remember
Yeah,
how.
I
I think
forget.
we were hanging out. We're just chilling.
Just hanging out.
I can't imagine just ding dong. She's gonna be like, "Yeah, we got his ass. We got him," and then turning around and being like, "Oh,
Oh.
Another thing I want to do. We used to play this at that house all the time too. It's called Murder in the Dark. Do you remember that game?
Yes, but I actually have another story about ding dong ditching,
Oh, okay.
but not with you.
Oh, okay.
oh
It was
wow.
before I moved to Arizona. I just remember this. I ding dong ditched someone. I was in apartments, by the way. Ding dong ditched somebody, and I hid in a dumpster.
Full or empty?
I think it had some trash in it. I just jumped in there. I was like 10 years old, and the owner of that apartment or whatever found me.
No.
Yeah, took me to the office, I think, or something like that.
This little shithead.
Yeah, and called my mom and stuff. But
Ma'am, your son is a menace.
it was just I hid in a dumpster. That was my plan.
Before I was going to talk about that game we used to play at the neighborhood, but we did more pranks than ding dong ditching. Are there any that come to your mind? We did saran wrapping cars. We threw bologna on people's cars.
Oh, you
Didn't we?
baloneyed somebody?
Wait, we forked somebody's lawn.
We forked lawns, Christmas
Yeah.
tree houses.
Yeah.
Christmas street houses.
I'll break these all down.
I don't think I was there for that one, but this one's good. This one's really
We've
good.
broken. I'll break those all down. So I mean, saran wrapping a car. I'm sure that's like
Explanatory.
something people have all done. If you haven't, what do you call it? If you haven't ding dong ditch, you've probably saran wrapped a car as a
Yeah.
prank. Then forking, you just stick forks all over
the
somebody's
lawn.
Oh, so you just make a lot of holes.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So when they take them out, hole.
Ah, douchebag.
I know.
Fruit looping. That's you would take boxes of Fruit Loops, throw them on the line at night, like around midnight, so the dew soaks out all the color from the Fruit Loops, and then you got colored grass.
You just gave somebody gay grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then bologna. You would just throw pieces of bologna on people's cars.
I would never. I remember hearing about people balloning somebody, but I personally with like my little like chavala group, we never did that. We would ding dong ditch.
Yeah, I
ride
figured
bikes.
out the more I meet people, We were like the only people that would do pranks in high school.
We were because we were kind of dumb. I think
I mean, you guys are not
TP'd?
dumb. You
Tell
guys
me,
were
tell me you
assholes,
TP'd.
bro.
You
we were
TP'd?
just assholes. I guess. Yeah.
TP'd. I believe so.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, you fucking get toilet paper and you throw it
Toilet
over
paper.
people.
I hope you've done that before because that's like that's the main one.
Can
Yeah.
we go
Like that you
TP
do.
somebody?
What?
Huh?
Can we go TP
Should we
somebody?
go TP
You want to go
somebody?
TP somebody?
Let's go TP
Let's go
somebody.
TP Bobby
At-
Crosby?
26 years old.
Let's go. No, I have an idea. Let's
Yeah,
just go
you know, just like a
TP Lumpy.
just a refresh. Egging? Have you egged somebody?
Oh yeah,
okay.
right.
That one, you're an asshole if you egg, but I have done that.
Hey,
So our friend's mom from that house. I remember one day she wanted to go TPing, and our other friend who would hang out with us lived literally on the same street, and so she's like, "Let's go TP Wyatt." The mom.
She literally drove us over there.
We didn't have to drive; it was down the street.
Or yeah, we just walked over there with her.
not Nancy, like a
Do you
grown ass
remember
woman,
the
just
time?
like we're gonna go TP your friend.
Do you remember the time when somebody got us back, like with the best TP I've ever seen?
Yes.
They,
What?
I don't remember who we TP'd, but they got their revenge.
Whose house did it hit?
Bobby,
Bobby's.
not Crosby. And so they were silent about it too, because we were all there.
We were all there
Ninja
sleeping.
ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mhm. And we come out, and it is the best. I was mad, but also like,
We were jealous.
yeah, I was like, damn.
Bro got out the house, no way, and just looks at it as complete, is just in shock. And
Yeah.
awe,
Yeah,
just like,
I really was like, damn. They hit every inch of this house.
yeah,
and
like
the tree.
We should have done better.
And the bush. There's a picture of it somewhere. It might be on a Facebook of ours somewhere.
dude.
But
no.
it was that gnarly. We were like, we got to.
Okay, like when you TP a house, is there like designs involved, or is it just more of like going?
No,
over
You just try to
it?
cover everything.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
You typically just like take
Cover
the
as
roll,
much as possible.
and then the like most satisfying thing you want to do is get the throw, and then it unwinds in the air, so the whole
over
thing
the
just.
trees.
I'm pretty sure it's happened to you guys where like you throw it, but it rips, right? And you just
Oh
launch
yeah,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
at night because it gets cold and wet and dewy. So it'll,
Mm-hmm.
and in California, it's all gonna stick in the morning.
Oh yeah.
We also had a very, I don't remember if you were there for any of these, a short stint where we kidnapped people, our friends.
What? Bro, you can't say that on the
I
air,
think
dog.
I think we did. I think I was there for. We did Kyle, right?
I remember Nick and Taylor.
Or
Kidnapped
Nick
Kyle?
and Nick. I might have been there for Nick, but
Nick
not
came
Taylor.
out swinging.
Or I remember. Yeah.
Well, you kidnapped somebody.
We tried to throw a pillowcase over his head, and he was throwing helicopter arms.
Oh yeah, you put a knapsack over him.
We ran out of ideas.
That was the best. Next best.
I think
idea,
that's when we were like,
apparently.
okay, maybe we should.
Or I remember. We like would ring doorbells or something and hide in boxes. Like we'd get big boxes or something like that. Did we ever do that?
I don't
You
remember.
pretend to be a package.
Yeah, or something like that. Or we would like sit in the lawn. I don't know. Maybe we didn't do that, but that sounds like a good one too.
Christmas treeing. You looked confused on that.
I've never heard of Christmas. Is it just you decorate somebody's house?
No, this was my favorite one.
Decorate someone's house.
So when Christmas ends, when people have a real Christmas tree, they're gonna throw it out, right?
I would always throw mine. I still throw mine out to this day.
Yeah. So then we would drive around in our friend's big ass truck, at like the day after Christmas or like a week after Christmas, collect like 4 or 5 Christmas trees, and then you pick somebody's house, a friend that you want to mess with or somebody you don't like, and then you just put them all on their house or all on their. We did one of our friends so dirty. We threw one on his roof.
Oh, you fucking did! You would just throw them on the roof,
We threw one on the roof.
bro.
It'd be the last one because you hear the big thud and then you got to go.
Imagine cleaning that up. Oh my
And then
God.
we took another one. Where the star goes first, turned it over, shot it in the basketball hoop, and then pulled it through.
Oh my god, bro!
That was my favorite one to do.
Now you definitely got to record at least one. You got to do that for your channel, bro.
God, I'll get in trouble now. I can go
Yeah,
to jail
nah.
now.
Well, just hit a
26, you can't get away from that. Or
See,
get away with
you can
that
do it
stuff.
all before 18
Yeah.
because they're like it's a slap on the wrist.
friend. No, the minute you get in,
But don't do it.
The minute you get convicted, bro, just be like, "Hey, I'm 10 years a little late. Cut me some slack, bro."
But yeah, I love TPing. We did TPing a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I would egg a lot of people.
we didn't do egging that much. I feel
No.
like, yeah,
I feel bad because it ruins like paint on cars.
yeah.
and
As a
stuff,
parent,
but-
I'd be pissed.
I got egged in my car. When I
In
had-
your
sucks.
car?
when I had my Lexus, it was me, Captain America, and 2 other homies. We were
Uh-huh.
coming back from Black Star at 5 in the morning.
Oh, that place is crazy.
And
oh,
dude,
we can talk about that. I didn't even write that down. Good
As
memory.
we're driving back home, this red like new Civic pulls up. A gang of people in the car. Keep in mind, it's 5 in the morning.
So you don't even know these guys.
I don't even know them. They
See,
straight up
we
just
would do it
pulled
to
up
people
on me,
we at least knew.
Yeah.
threw it on. Just
I would never.
Lay
I would never
down.
do it to a stranger. Like that's messed up. Because then you don't even know them. You don't know how they're gonna act.
I think the friend's a little more messed up.
No, I don't
That's
think
not,
so.
not my evil like talking, but yeah, I think the friend hurts a little bit more.
It's good pranks with friends.
Yeah.
You laugh about it.
See, you can kidnap
I
a friend.
honestly don't think we ruined any friendships with these.
No.
I'm like, you can kidnap a friend. You shouldn't kidnap a
Some
stranger.
of them never found
You should
out that
egg a
it was
stranger.
us.
You should
Yeah,
not-
we were good about it.
Yeah. I think we've even gone and cleaned it up.
You're like,
after-
hey,
Yeah.
did I get caught?
At one point.
We're good.
We're good. But Black Star, that was something we did in high school a ton.
Yeah.
Would you
we'd
guys go
in-
like a stupid amount?
in the middle of the night?
I
Yeah.
remember going like 3. The person that was always the hardest to convince, and he'd either come with us and then sit in the car, or if we did a prank, he'd back out, was Bobby.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Bobby was the scared. He never wanted to get in trouble. He never like
By the book, Bob.
Yeah, by the book. Bob.
No,
By
that
the
was
Like
book,
one
Bob.
crazy Murphy time, I remember it was me, our homie Gage, and Bobby, and we rode our bikes. We had kickstands, so we all kickstand our bikes. And we're like, "Are we gonna be ready to go?" Then we're like, "Right, Bobby?" And we turn around, and Bobby's gone.
It was just gone.
And we're like, "Well, it's just me and you."
Yeah, he would go with us, but just leave early.
Yeah,
It's
he
kinda
get a
funny.
head start,
Yeah.
He's like down the block. I'll wait for you guys over here.
and then he hated like getting him to Black Star was a mission. Like,
Oh yeah,
hated
he
it.
doesn't
blame
like
him.
scary things. He doesn't like scary movies. He doesn't like mazes.
Is he just does he get friend easily?
Yeah, I guess he doesn't like jump scares.
Yeah.
So he's never gone to like Knott's Scary Farm or like Universal Studios or anything like that.
He would.
Those aren't
love
even
horrors.
bad though.
I know, but he just doesn't want. He just doesn't want it. Doesn't want the jump scares.
Yeah, but Black Star, I haven't gone since high school, I think. You?
Black Star?
Yeah.
Mm,
Like to do scary stuff, not to hike.
no, not to do scary stuff. I tried to watch a meteor shower there one time.
Oh, yeah, I
Didn't
remember
work.
that a couple years ago. But I remember at one point we went really far, and then there were a bunch of trees that started going like this, and that's when I called it. For me, I was like, I'm not going any farther.
Well, yeah, the scary thing was there was like rumors like that people were getting shot. Like,
Yeah.
well, I think it was
Around the
mostly
time that you guys were going?
yeah, mostly people
Really?
like hopping the fences though, because like people
Oh
own
yeah,
that
because
land. and
there's a
stuff.
guy you walk by it every time if you go do the trail. There's a guy who has an electric fence with a
Yeah.
cabin in the middle. So you're just being stupid if you're doing
trespassing.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say if you start hopping fences, that's pretty much on you because at least for the majority of the trail, it looks like it's just.
Yeah,
like, you
we
know
only
where to
stayed
go,
on the
you know?
public part. We never
Yeah.
went into somebody's
but
property.
we were we were
Exactly.
just scared that it was like haunted over there and
Yeah.
stuff because there's like a crashed school bus or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
I heard
they
they
removed
removed,
that.
it.
They
Yeah.
removed it.
Yeah,
I heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
like I want to say a couple of years before I graduated,
Mhm.
they had removed it, but that was crazy. What was it like? Full of kids and they flipped over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fell off the road
I
and
think so. Yeah.
everybody
Some crazy
perished.
shit.
Apparently, a person that was always down for that stuff was Kyle.
I was about to say it was either
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
Kyle or
That guy,
Matt.
he wanted to like sneak into like haunted houses and
Yeah.
or like schools in the middle of the night and stuff.
Well, we did one time. Did you go with us to the one with the melted slide?
Yes, I was there for that one.
Oh,
That was like
the
an
one that you took me
abandoned.
to one time.
It was
Yeah.
an abandoned school, right?
Yeah, we hopped the fence and we looked at it. We're like, whoa, what happened here? It's so weird because everything around it, like if something's that like broken and abandoned, you'd think like the surrounding area is also broken and abandoned. It's a perfectly good neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's a park.
It's straight up on a main street.
They just
Yeah.
like left an abandoned school there. I don't know.
Yeah, and on the door, the lights were on at an abandoned school, and there was an upside down cross on the door.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. That's terrifying.
We didn't. Kyle tried to open the door. I remember that. He, Kyle was like
Yeah.
pulling. He's like,
Kyle.
"Oh."
Yeah. Kyle likes that stuff.
There's like
Yeah.
a bunch of tweakers behind just holding it like, don't let him in, don't let him in, don't let him in.
Yeah, but he did. He was always the instigator, trying to get us to do crazy stuff.
Yep.
Hey, it worked.
I don't remember. Did you ever have detention in our years of middle school and high school?
I think so.
I think
In in high school I did.
you got the one with me in middle school where we were over the line trying to get water, right?
No, I stayed on the right side of the line.
You lucky dog.
Yeah. I knew they were so strict about that for some reason. I don't know.
Well, that's where the water fountains were at our school.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was stupid. Like, come on, let us get some water.
But besides that, we didn't share any. I thought we did share that one.
I don't think so.
All right.
Don't remember any times.
One of our stupidest things that we ever did. This was in high school, and never, ever, ever do this. And I swear, if he wasn't behind the wheel, we probably would have done it.
Oh, that time, yeah.
I love this.
So it was me, Sweater, a friend who like rarely came around, Jeremy, a friend Kyle, and was it Ronnie?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay. So there's a hill, like it's not like a huge hill, but it's definitely like a decent hill here where we live, and it's on a main street. And we're like, yo, how sick would it be to jump that hill?
And this wasn't, Kyle's car, and he was just like, let's do it.
Was it like an SUV or was it like a truck?
No, it was a Infiniti G35 sedan.
And yeah, Kyle was like, yeah, I'm down. Because I wasn't volunteering my car. Ain't no way.
And
You
before
literally
that,
have a Jeep. You had a Jeep.
Well, I was going to save that, but hold on. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But well, before what?
before we jumped it, we were
Racing.
racing somebody, but not past the speed limit or anything. It was just,
Up to the speed limit.
I think
Yes,
we were
of
in
course.
Mexico too. So
Oh, in Mexico,
Yeah.
no rules.
Yeah. You were in the middle of the desert.
yeah.
So at least we were smart enough to put him behind the wheel. Because I don't think anybody else in that car.
Well, I don't know if anybody else would have jumped it.
Probably
besides
not.
me.
Bro thought he really was Ken Block. He was,
Yeah.
he was him for a second,
We
bro.
went over this, and I think I was the passenger, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And
Oh
the
my
car
God.
starts going.
Well, yeah. All the weights in the front apparently. So it went off and went
No
and just
shit.
nosedived, hit first, and then just went like this, and then kind of like went sideways a little bit,
Yeah.
like towards the wall.
Brick wall.
So I had to
Oh my God.
kind of had to like counter steer to correct it.
And then we pull into a shopping center, and we all get out. We're like,
We were freaking out.
I think Jeremy threw up, didn't he?
I almost threw up. I think Jeremy threw up, and I almost threw up. Like I was like behind the wheel with 5 other people.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you sent the car
Yeah,
off the hill
I sent
with
it. Yeah.
Now,
no,
both of
bro.
your professional opinions back then. Do you think it would have turned out any worse if we were in my car, the Wrangler, or what car did you have at the time?
Oh, let me guess.
I think
let
I
me guess.
had the
You had
Infiniti
Versa, no?
G37.
Do you think it would have turned out differently in either of those cars?
Maybe the Wrangler, but the Wrangler wouldn't have gone fast enough.
No, probably not.
No, you could probably get off like an inch or two.
Because we had to turn off of Brookers or sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mexico.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want
we're
to
going
go
that
way. Yeah, because
that way.
because it was make a right turn and the hill was like right there.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a lot of time to build speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jeep was that slow?
Jeep
It
Wranglers are
wouldn't.
pretty slow.
It would have got up to like,
Nah.
if you're lucky.
Maybe the Jeep like
Or 55,
I was
50.
gonna say 50,
Because we in the Jeep 35 we got up to what
80.
80 almost. Yeah.
You hit the hill going 80?
70 to 80 somewhere around there.
45.
45. Yeah. We
45.
didn't- in Mexico.
Oh, that's right. 45 kilometers in Mexico. Kilometers.
But yeah, we just turned the corner and I floored it, and then I was like, how fast we get to it? That's how fast we're going off the thing.
And then another
my
racing
God, bro.
story. We were literally just going to pick something up from Kyle's house. Kyle, what is that little car he drove? back then?
It was a Mazda 2.
And you drove with your Subi?
No, it was my Infiniti.
It is Infinity.
Yeah,
We were street racing 2 blocks
In Mexico.
in Mexico,
in Mexico.
and got pulled over. And he laughed at Kyle, the cop.
Yeah, he laughed because he was like, "You're racing him in this? What are you doing?"
And then he's like, dude, and we were like, we know each other, we're friends. He's like, are you really? And he's like, yeah. And then we're like, literally just going to get something from his house.
Yeah.
And he let us go. So
Just gave us
You
a
got
little
lucky on
warning.
that one, dude.
he's the king of being let go.
I get pretty lucky usually. I'm just really respectful to the police.
Well, to be fair, no disrespect at all.
What is it?
What are you gonna say?
What is it, dude?
Like in the intro from the beginning of the podcast, you look like every other white guy.
Oh,
So
my.
you're
I knew
chilling.
you were gonna
Well,
say
there was the
that.
one time at Harbor House too. Remember when that cop got really like he was not messing
Oh,
around.
he was mad because I was polluting the air.
Yeah.
Oh, was
'Cause-
this in the lovely car?
And yes,
Oh.
But
so we-
remember when you tried to get your wallet?
so he asked for my ID, blah blah blah, whatever. He asked me to get out of the car to pop the hood.
While
As they-
grabbing
as
your
they
ID?
do. No, so I grabbed my ID and then I put it back in my wallet, and then he asked me to get out. So I get out and not even thinking about it, I start putting my wallet away in my back pocket. So
Bro,
this guy
became a
sees me
statistic, bro.
sees me reaching behind my back
Person.
person, yeah. And he's like, "Don't reach for anything," and he puts his hand on his
Yeah.
gun. And I'm like, I was just putting my wallet away. Please don't shoot me. Yeah, so, but I got a couple tickets in that one because
It's a fun car.
loud exhaust and other things.
I hate how my brain bounces around all the time, but I wanted to say when we were talking about Black Star, you know that's been a thing, a tradition of, I guess, this area since our parents.
Oh, really?
My dad
That
said
long
they did
ago?
the same thing.
Oh,
He's like,
Okay.
don't you go there. I'm like, well, I already did.
Already
It's probably the same guy in the cabin, dude, that's just chilling there all these years.
My
Yeah.
dad?
No, not your dad. The guy in
the
the
same
cabin.
guy that owns
Oh,
the
still there.
land around there.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably has been there since like they developed the area.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. And then one more, I think the funniest story that we were in, I think early high school, and I think Ronnie was in middle school, and I think it was our friend Nick. And our middle school, I think, yeah, because we were already out of our middle school, right?
Yeah.
And we always knew it was so easy to get on the roof of our middle school. And they had a vending machine, but the vending machine had like a cage around it so people couldn't tamper with it.
Yeah.
It was basically like a ladder onto the top of the
Yeah.
vending
I was
machine.
gonna say you just put your toe like right on
No,
the
it was
little grooves,
it
right?
wasn't like a
Yeah.
chain link. It was like it had like holes for each individual option,
Yeah.
but that created a ladder.
basically.
Oh, I know it's straight up just like this.
yeah.
It was like a nice square for each one.
Oh, beautiful.
So our foots fit
Beautiful.
each fit perfectly. And then when you get on top of the vending machine, it's literally like stepping onto the roof.
Yep.
Shit.
So we did it. I think we did it a couple times, like not in the middle of the night, kind of like evening.
Yeah.
But this one time we did it in the middle of the night. We were already in high school, and Ocean View and Nick were still in middle school. And we were staying the night at Bobby's house, but of course Bobby doesn't like to do things. And so we're on the roof. We're like, we're on the roof. We're badasses. Ha ha. We used to go here. We own this place now.
Oh my God,
And then
bro.
we hear a door, like a classroom door, like shut, and we're like, oh. And then we were like, okay. Like nobody said anything. We were waiting for somebody to be like, get
Yeah.
off the roof, and nobody said anything. So we're like, all right, cool. So then we're just hanging around, feeling like we're the coolest people ever. And then what happened?
Yeah, we were just standing up there. We weren't even doing anything. Like we literally just got on the roof, and then all of a sudden, a police officer comes,
Big spotlight.
big spotlight, just right on us, and he's like, I think he talks over the loud.
Get off the roof.
Whatever you call it. He's just like, get off the roof. And then he asked us like, what are you
What
guys
are we doing?
What are you guys doing up there? We were just like,
It's the
I don't
only
know.
time-
We're just standing up there.
Well, the only time I've been sat down by a cop was
Yeah.
that
Oh
time.
yeah, he sat us on the curb.
Yeah.
And then he thought we were like we had
And his-
something up there. Like,
his
that we were
partner,
doing.
she was like,
God.
if I go up there, am I going to find anything?
Yeah.
And we're like, no.
We're like, no.
Literally no.
literally
Should have
just.
just messed with her and be like, my shotgun.
Yeah, just mess with the cop.
Just
But yeah, we were literally just standing up there. Just it felt like we were cool.
was that the only time you guys have been detained by the cop, like sat down?
I'm trying to think.
Any late night drives to Mexico or anything?
No, that's probably the only time I think.
That was good.
No, yeah. But, yeah.
Wow, it sounds like you have a.
Have you been sat down?
Yeah.
We're talking about a lot of us right here. Have you been
Yeah, it
sat
sounds
down?
like
Momo?
you've been
Well,
sat down.
I don't want to get into that part of my life. But nah, I did once. I went to what was it? It was the middle of COVID, and I went to one of those.
Were you wearing your mask?
I was, funny enough.
Oh,
I was wearing my mask, and
were you 6 feet apart from everybody?
Are you like
I was
debating
not
if
6
you want to
feet
tell
apart.
this story?
well, no, it's not just that. It's just like everything leading up to it, and then the culmination's kind of like, why did I do this to myself?
What did you do?
I went to a protest.
Why?
Really?
When they were like the big protest. The thing is that where
Protesting
I'm at,
what,
like
though?
they had just killed like this little like Latino guy.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
like, it's fucked up because like the
Yeah.
police brutality like thing going on during
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
You guys know how big it was down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to one of those because I was like, damn, like that's somebody from back home. That's somebody's
Okay.
like kid and all this shit. And like I was like, oh, let's go. And we go. and it's like a big group of us. But then out of nowhere, a SWAT car comes out from the
man.
back, unloads 20 people with full M14s.
Oh my
in
God.
riot gear and riot shields,
Dude.
because they thought it was gonna be like the George Floyd protest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They thought it was
Okay.
gonna be massive. And
Yeah.
dude, straight up, it was like maybe 50 of us.
Wow.
And we're just standing around, but obviously there has to be the one bad apple. They started throwing fireworks into the
Oh my
No.
into the street
bro.
as cars started driving by.
Yeah.
So that's why they came out, and then they started marching down up and down the street. And as soon as they came down, everybody booked to their side, being like, "Okay, they're just gonna
you were
go
just
down."
one of the unlucky ones that got picked to be like, "What are you doing?
No,
Sit down."
we all booked it because everybody got nervous. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? You're at a
Yeah,
rally.
well, yeah,
You know,
you
cops
never
are
know
gonna
what's
get
yeah,
crazy.
it could get real violent real fast. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody panicked. Everybody ran instead of just sticking together, being like, "Hey, we're just here to support this."
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody booked. Everybody ran. I tried running. I ran for like a block, 2
And then-
blocks, and then the cop got me, and he didn't wrestle me down. He straight up just got my hands and went like, and he was like, "Are you gonna go?" And I was like, I'll just stay." And he sat me down. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He started searching my pockets, found like a lighter, found this and that, and he was like, "Why are you out here? Like, why?" And I was just like, "Oh, I'm all emotional. I want to support. Like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, I hate how people are getting killed. Like, it should be all love and like one
Yeah.
love and like all this shit."
Like the Black Eyed Peas said, bro.
Exactly.
Where's the love?
And yeah, sure enough, he saw that I meant no harm, and I straight up was like, "You can check my record, bro. I have not broken the law in like a month."
In like a month.
Like a month.
It's been like a month, bro.
I'm pretty good right now.
Yeah.
And he like let me. I was in handcuffs too, and then he let me go.
Wow.
And
I
he
never
was
had
like-
handcuffs put on.
It's
No handcuffs.
it sucked because the walk of shame was like a mile from my house, and I was like, I could have just kept running. I should have just not stopped and just kept bugging it because I would have
Yeah.
been home
You're pretty fast. So
a little bit. I mean, I did beat Red Hat.
Red Hat, yeah. You beat him
Huh?
in the race.
I raced Red Hat. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
This past weekend?
Yeah.
And you beat him.
With the 5 seconds.
With 5 second head start, yeah.
Okay.
I told him 2 or 3, and then
I was just like,
and
yeah,
then
give him
Sweater
a 5 second head
comes out of nowhere,
start.
he's like, "Give him 5."
But it was funny because he counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So okay, in that
still,
case,
yeah, he's still.
I had 3. I still beat him, and then as
Yeah.
soon as I get to the wall, he sees I'm winded, and he's like,
Let's
"Now go back, go back now." And I'm like, "Ah!" And he starts running right behind me the whole time, and then he just sprints.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I
That,
did beat him.
that game Murder in the Dark we were talking about. I would love to do this just one more time.
Yeah,
with
it'd be
the
fun.
biggest group. So here's how it works. It takes the whole neighborhood you live in. That's your map, basically, like a Call of Duty map.
Yeah.
And everybody has this deck of cards, or there's one person with a deck of cards in the driveway, and whoever's playing one by one comes out of the house and takes a card. Each card has a role. I forget what they are, but
Well, there's like citizens.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know if anybody knows.
Is it kind of like a mystery
Terrorist in Terror Town or whatever. Where
I've never heard that one.
that's a
What?
game. It's basically the
What
same
was the
thing,
game?
kind of like citizens. There's what did we call them?
There's
I forget.
the murderers.
There's like sheriffs.
Is there
or
a
whatever.
card that's
Murderers,
like, "Hey,
yeah.
you're a body. Just go lay out"?
No, there was all like the citizens.
I think if you were killed, you had to go back to the starting point, right? You just hang out in
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you got to figure out who the murderers are.
Yeah. So that's why we would go one
Yeah.
at a time, like I think in 30-second intervals, and
Yeah.
then you would just spread out throughout the neighborhood.
There was like a sheriff too, right?
yeah, and you would just like
The hell?
you try to avoid the killer. So like anytime everyone gets split up throughout the neighborhood, and we hung out in this neighborhood. I'm telling you, we went to our friend Bobby's house every weekend.
And we always had a huge group.
yeah
I think you told me it was like
Ev-
a minimum like 12 people, right?
every
Yeah.
weekend of high school for
Yeah.
Damn.
So we all knew the neighborhood like the back of our hands.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to run into somebody, you'd be like, "Are you good? Like, are you one of the
Are you about
murderers?"
to kill me?
I remember one time too. I was walking, or no, my friend Mikey was walking, and I was on the floor like hiding.
Oh,
and
you're
he's about to walk by me, and I go, "Mikey!" When he steps right next to me, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And then you would just go until everybody's either killed or you would the citizen survive or whatever.
Yeah.
What were you guys' like favorite hiding spots around the neighborhood?
I did this one time with Wyatt. He had one of those like super laser pointers.
Oh,
Me and
nice.
him went to his grandpa's house down the street, and we got on the roof and we took the laser pointer and we just watch everybody get their cards and just point it out them. So that was my favorite time. Do you have one?
I don't know. They were all cool because we always had so many people just playing.
Yeah.
I
Like
forget-
now that we know the softball people, if we could take that world
Yeah.
and combine our other friend groups to just one final big game, I think that'd be so
that'd
cool.
be
It'd be kind of cool to do it softball, just like around the area, like within
The field we
that's-
play at now,
Yeah, like
somebody's gonna get bitten by a rattlesnake, bro.
okay, don't go out like.
Oh, yeah.
don't
Kershey's gonna come running out of the hill like.
well, like don't go down there, but like,
I don't know if
just-
that's the best place to do it.
No.
to be
Stick
honest.
Because the
around
neighborhood
there.
works because there's so many houses and
Yeah.
like hidden like alleys and stuff
Oh, I
like
just
that.
meant like the actual map of the fields.
Where are you gonna hide?
That's the fun
In
part.
center field?
Just hide in your car,
Well, you're just saying all the fields put together, like
Yeah.
you can use
not just one.
that whole
field.
space.
Well, the only like hiding spots
guess.
is like the rec area. Like
Yeah.
I mean the
Maybe
fields
we
are all open.
Yeah,
just go up the hiking trail.
yeah. The neighborhood was the best because there's just
Yeah.
so many places.
Yeah,
that
if you have a
could go.
neighborhood, play with your friends.
Yeah.
Assign roles.
Go outside, guys. Touch grass.
Yes,
Or
touch grass.
As Hobby would
Please
say,
touch
touch
grass.
sun. And then, like I said, we went there every weekend, and we'd get upset if there was a weekend where his parents said we couldn't stay the night.
Yeah.
So there'd be nights where we slept in
Yeah.
our cars when we got our car.
Oh yeah, because they were like, you can't sleep over tonight. Sorry. So we just stayed outside.
I'm guessing that would happen maybe like once every 2 months.
The memories I have staying in
Yeah.
cars, I stayed in his Nissan Rogue with him and 2 other girls that went to our high school. We slept in the back that night like sardines.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Cramped in there.
Slept in Kyle's Suburban a couple
Well,
times.
just imagine like your kid is just having people over every weekend. Like you want.
Oh, no, as
some
a
weekends.
parent-
Yeah,
Dude,
some
you-
weekends you just want you don't want them to be there.
like the
probably.
ones I'm about to name, that's probably how many weekends they didn't let us stay. So there was that. There was a couple times in Kyle's Suburban, and then like a couple times in my Jeep.
Yeah, we
there's-
just pull all nighters like outside sometimes. Yeah.
What is it, 52 weeks in a year?
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, 4 years of 52 weeks, we probably were told we couldn't stay the weekend probably like 10 times.
Yeah.
Like,
But we were devastated when
yeah.
that happened.
Like,
We're like,
are you
"No,
serious?
What are we gonna do this
Look at it
weekend?
like, come on,
You're killing me.
work with us.
But like we were always eating their food.
Yeah.
Aw,
Sitting
what
in their
a
house,
dick.
Rochelle and Bob.
Best.
Saints.
The best, yeah.
Me and my homies forever love Rochelle and Bob.
Dude, Rochelle,
Shout out.
like, I
Yeah.
love Rochelle. Rochelle's like my second mom.
Second mom. Yeah.
Like, honestly.
That's so badass.
And I wonder if we should have her on when Bobby and Ronnie come on.
Ooh.
Just have the
we,
whole family.
we definitely have to upgrade because we've passed the mic between 2 people, but 3 people,
we're gonna need another camera for that one too.
we really will. Upgrades hopefully coming soon. Okay, one of the first times back in middle school, we were riding bikes home. We used to live really close to each other, and I remember you.
Uh-oh.
He already knows where this is
I
going.
was already giggling over here. I'm just like,
we were riding home, and you asked if you could come over. And back then in middle school, you gotta ask your mom and dad. You can't
Yeah.
just be like, "Come over."
wait, did you guys have cell phones back in middle school?
My first phone was 10.
Yeah. We had
Rich
we had
bitches.
cell phones.
When was your first phone?
Junior year.
Wow.
Well. You don't know, like sophomore, junior year. Yeah.
I
Holy
remember
shit.
I remember having this phone called a Rant.
And he's
It was like a
Burrant.
brick phone, but you slide it open, and it has like a full keyboard.
Mhm.
Oh, the
It was
little
pretty- it was
little
pretty
buttons.
cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
that was my first one. It was gray and green.
Yeah.
Or no, my first phone was a Disney mobile phone. It was a flip phone.
I remember always wanting a Sidekick.
I had a Sidekick. It had police lights.
I had an Android and then never again. I got my iPhone 5S.
Yeah, I had one
I was
Android back
losing.
then, and then I was like, I got an iPhone. I was like, yeah, that sucked.
It's the meta, dude.
Yeah,
So yeah, I did have a phone to call mom, and so I'm like, oh, I don't know.
but you waited till. Oh no, you did call her. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, let me call her, and then I call her, and she said it was okay, and I turn around, and he just assumed that it was gonna that I said no, and so I turn around, he's gone. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know why I assumed it was a no, to be honest, but
You didn't figure to just wait like a split second.
It was
No,
literally just
I don't
crossing
know.
the street, like
we were
waiting for
we
the
crossed
walk
the street.
sign.
I didn't see him call. I don't think I saw him calling. That's why I was like, he's not gonna call.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So I have basketball practice that night. My dad picks me up. First thing he says is, Riley got hit by a car. And I'm
Literally down the street from that corner, like that.
literally,
Yeah.
like as soon as he left, it
God.
happened basically.
Yeah.
And so, from your perspective, how did that happen?
What the fuck
Getting
happened,
hit by a
bro?
car.
Well, I remember it was like we had short days, right?
Yeah,
in middle
every
school.
Thursday.
Yeah, every Thursday. So it was on a Thursday, and we went to someone's house, and then we're riding home.
Probably
I think.
Maxwell's because we were coming from that
area, something like that. But I was like tired, like we were doing something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I went down the street, and the light was green for me to go. Like I didn't press the button, but I was just assuming like it was green, so I should go.
Yeah.
But I was riding kind of slow through there,
Yeah.
and then it turned red. And the guy that was waiting to turn left while I was crossing didn't see me coming, I guess.
Oh, so you were doing this, and he was at the light about to do this.
Yeah, he was about to turn left. He was leaving from the light to turn left, and he didn't see me. So ended up hitting me. It was a big truck, too. Wasn't just a car. It was a truck.
Lifted truck or like
I don't know
stock?
if it was lifted, but I think it was stock.
Do you remember what kind of truck it was?
I think it was a Nissan Titan.
That's a fat fucking car,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! You got eaten by a Nissan.
So I think it sent me flying a little bit. It hurt my knee and my wrist. Had a couple broken bones.
I was about to say, what'd you break?
2 bones in my knee. I think like next to my knee, and then one in my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And then I was in a wheelchair for 2 months after that in middle school.
And that's how he grew to love or hate the most beloved teacher at the school.
He hated it.
Yeah, tell him the story when you kicked the ball.
Oh, what was his name?
Mr. LaBelle.
Oh, so I was out of the wheelchair at this point, and
Mind you, everyone loved this guy. The coolest teacher.
he didn't like me for some reason. So I was walking through the school, and I see like a basketball, and I'm like, I'm gonna kick it.
Freshly out of the wheelchair.
Freshly out of the wheelchair. I don't know why I decided I wanted to kick it because I was still hurt,
Yeah.
and I kicked it, and it hurt really bad. Like it actually did hurt. But he was like, he got mad because he was like.
He was the PE teacher.
He was a PE
so he had
teacher.
seen him sitting out for 2 months.
So he was like, "Oh, you look fine. You look good enough to kick a ball. Why aren't you in PE or some shit like that? I don't know." But he got pissed. Yeah.
In that costume, you didn't go to Catalina, right?
Yeah, I didn't go. No, I only didn't go to Catalina because you had to get
The points.
The points.
Yeah.
So you had to do
like
stuff
doing
to get
like the
points.
school jobs.
I couldn't do anything because I was in a wheelchair.
So he wasn't able to go
So I
on the
wasn't
school
able
trip.
to go to Catalina. Yeah.
Fuck the school.
Like
Yeah.
So like
Are we allowed to cuss on this? Fuck that school.
Yeah.
we're far enough in to where it's okay.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, we went to Catalina. I also figured out that like that was like an trip compared to other schools. I heard
You guys did that from middle school?
I
Yeah.
heard. What did you do?
Knots.
Not okay. That's better. This is Catalina.
Catalina
was better.
is better
But
than Knots.
I have talked to other people that went across the country.
What the fuck?
Went to
Really?
DC, Seattle, like,
Nah.
and I'm like, bro, they took you out of state.
Damn.
I knew people in middle school that went to New York to watch The Lion King.
Like what?
But then again, though, like you pay out of pocket what, like $2,000?
Like the live Lion King,
Yeah, like the Broadway.
the Broadway.
Like
yeah,
at
that's
one of
cool.
those like big.
Not
old
trained
Broadway
lions.
games. Not trained lions.
Damn.
Not Childish Gambino behind the live one.
Yeah, but yeah. So he wasn't able to go on Catalina because of that. And then that's not your only run-in with cars. You ran into a car.
I ran into a car that pulled out in front of me.
You biked into a car?
I was riding a bike, and it was like a blind corner, and he just came out because he was like leaving a parking lot.
Yeah.
He just like came out really fast. I just hit it.
Yeah.
I hit my nuts on the freaking handlebars, bro.
Ew.
I thought I had to check them. I was like, "Oh my god, are they still there? Like, are they?"
Bro,
are
it was
they
like one?
bleeding?
Why isn't there a second one?
Yeah, dude. No, I was scared because it hurt so bad. And the guy gets out of his truck. He looks at me and looks at his truck, and then just gets back in and drives away. He doesn't say anything.
No, you're on the ground like.
I didn't even fall over. No, I didn't even fall
So
over.
you
I
just
just
hunched over?
fell forward and hit my nuts on the handlebars. But yeah, he just drove away.
Were you a fixie guy or were you a BMX guy?
I think I was a BMX guy, but this was just on a beach cruiser.
Oh,
pretty
well,
sure.
everybody over
Dude,
here has a beach cruiser.
Well, everybody back then rode bikes. I had a custom bike because everyone was making custom bikes back then, and my dad was trying his
Making
best.
bikes?
Oh, speaking of that, I had
Yeah.
a really sick bike when I got hit by a car. It was a really
Oh, the green
it was
and
a
white one.
No, it was after that got stolen.
Was
Oh,
it like
that's right.
Like a GT or was
the
it like
last
a,
story in a second.
It was
like a cult bike?
I forget it was a BMX bike. I forget the brand, but it was like a really good one.
Nice.
And it didn't get damaged. I don't think it got damaged, but the wheel got damaged and it like fell apart.
Dude, I
After
didn't
that
realize
happened.
how like when I was growing up, I knew some people that were into fixies. like full on road bike.
Do you
Like
remember?
said,
Do you remember the fixie trend that they would
yeah,
do?
Yeah.
I was jealous. I never got one.
No,
I
no,
never understood that though.
What they would do when they rode a fixie? They did it so their pants didn't get caught, but every fixie rider would go like this.
And then keep it rolled
I do
up,
remember
up.
that.
Like,
Yeah. So you'd see people riding home with one pant leg
Yeah.
just up, and I'm like, okay.
But they wouldn't put it down when they got off the bike. They would
No.
just walk around like that sometimes.
I remember the fixie people that used to ride in my school. They used to wear. Do you guys remember Toms?
Yes,
I think so.
Those,
Yeah,
like,
those
those-
flat
yeah.
shoes. Yeah.
They used to
Yeah.
wear those super high like knee socks and then just like short shorts.
the hell?
That was I don't know why. That
Oh
was just
yeah,
a,
yeah.
That was
yeah.
just a trend.
They'd
It was
be
like
they'd be like tan shorts up to here.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking exactly, dude.
Mhm.
I was
I
mad
know.
because I never got one because I like one of the wheels that the fixie people used to use. But
And I swear every fixie rider was like a pro at riding with no hands.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, straight up.
And riding backwards. Some of them rode backwards like really well.
Because they were nice for cruising, right? Because you could pedal and they'd go for a while, right?
Yeah, but I didn't like how they kept going.
That's
like,
the
A lot of
problem.
them kept going when
Yeah.
you
People
can
would
stop.
People would either
pedaling.
keep it fixed or you would freestyle it, which is like
Yeah.
the BMXs where you
Yeah.
can just chain back however.
Yeah.
But
like that.
that being said, you're on one gear.
I
So
think
the minute you're
Oh.
going, you don't have brakes.
I think I still
Yeah, that's true.
have my custom bike that me and my dad made. It's like a chrome body, red seat, snakeskin tires. Yeah,
That sounds cool. You gotta send me a picture.
I think
Snakeskin tires.
it was like red snakeskin.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
actually,
and
yeah.
red and grips.
We got to
Yeah.
get Papa Clutch to
Dude,
bring it
but
out
our
with
middle
Papa
school,
Clutch.
our middle school was effed up. My parents always tried to push mountain bikes on me, but I always felt like the biggest like nerd.
Fuck
like
you.
if
I had a mountain bike.
I rode it, I did, but I felt like I'd get made fun of for riding a mountain bike to school.
Really?
It was you either had a cruiser. It's crazy being this old now. And I'm like, that was our cars back then. Like, what you rolling up on?
Yeah.
And so,
Got my
like, if
little
you
cruiser.
had a cruiser or a BMX, then you were riding in on some hot shit. But like, if you were riding in on a mountain bike, then I always felt like I was gonna get made fun of. I was like, people are gonna make fun of me for riding a mountain bike. But people, I don't know who did it, but people in our middle school were effed up. They slashed your tires, right?
Yeah, my tires got slashed 1 or 2 times.
Yeah. And then my seat had like cushion, like butt pads on the seat, like the gel ones, and somebody sliced them out.
Ah, dickhead.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if they were targeting us or just doing it to like all the bikes.
Would a lot of other people's bikes get fucked with?
probably. Yeah, I
Probably.
think so.
Damn.
And that was on campus.
Yeah.
Like it was, but the other time, both of our bikes got full on stolen, just straight up.
It was kind of our fault. We didn't lock them.
Yeah,
You guys didn't lock
We
it?
didn't lock
we
them.
were at this. I wish it still existed. The $3 theater. When like movies that were rolled out would be out for like 3 months, they'd go to this theater and you could pay $3. It was amazing, and we would always go there. We had our bikes in the bike rack, and we're like, do we need to lock them? Like nobody was. We actually pretty sure we saw the guys that stole.
Yeah, I don't know why we decided it was a good idea not to lock them.
I think we just
but
forgot our locks and we wanted to see the
we
movie.
just wanted to see the movie.
And we were
Yeah.
like, what? Screw
They'll be
it.
fine.
So I had a mountain bike, he had a BMX, and our friend had this nice blue cruiser with flames on it.
Yeah, his bike was still there. Me and Austin's got stolen.
That's so
Mine was
fucked.
pretty cool BMX bike too.
No disrespect to your friend, but like that's the one that should have been stolen.
I know. we told him, we were like, how did
Like,
they
he
not
should've
take
been targeted.
yours? It's a blue
Yeah,
beach
it was-
cruiser with flames.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, it would be
Too
stupid.
flashy?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
stupid because it's like right away. Okay,
Well,
you
mine
can
was
tell.
white and bright green.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. But like with the BMX, you could easily just spray paint it and
That's
like
true.
hide it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've even heard. I remember in middle school, it was a thing for people to get their like whole wheels stolen, and they would sometimes steal the bike, and on the frame where it has, I guess, like the chassis number or whatever,
Yeah.
they would like scratch it off to just like, oh yeah, it was nothing.
From 2 wheels back to 4 wheels, how did it feel being the first friend in the group who could drive?
Oh, you had the power.
He had the
yeah,
power.
it was sick because everybody loved it. Like everybody loved my car. Like hanging out in my car.
What was that first car?
a Nissan Rogue. It was a, kind of a soccer mom car, but I drove everybody around even though I wasn't supposed to.
Oh, because you're supposed. It's like
You're
16
supposed to
with
wait
a
a
parent,
year.
right?
Yeah, you're supposed to wait a year before you.
And
drive
our
anywhere.
whole friend group got our licenses at 16,
Yeah, I got
What's
mine the
turning
day
it
after.
which apparently is like the craziest thing nowadays.
Yeah,
Nobody drives anymore. It's all Uber.
For real.
That's true. But yeah, we used to hang out in the car a lot, and
We would just hang out in the front
bump
yard.
music.
Yeah.
Just in
He'd
front of it.
play Wild for the Night by Skrillex on full blast.
Full blast.
Every morning going to school, huh?
If
Yeah,
that
well-
Rogue is still out there somewhere, if those original speakers
No,
are in there,
those speakers were so blown. Yeah, and when I traded that car in, I felt bad. Like the speakers, all the speakers. I think one speaker was still good.
it was he
Yeah.
would take us everywhere. Do you remember the first place you ever went? Because I do when I got my license.
Shoot.
I'll let you think. The first place I went after I got my license, I picked up Seth and I went to Jack in the Box with
I'm
him.
pretty sure I just went to Bobby's.
Just straight to Bobby's.
Yeah.
I think we
think
threw
so.
it. I think we all went out. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, and then I picked you guys up and just we
I can just
probably
imagine
drove
him on the
around.
flip phone, like, we're going to rendezvous at Bobby's. Go.
We unlocked a new world, bro. We
Yeah.
could drive places.
You didn't like the world. The world opened up.
It did. It really did.
It really did. I remember like climbing all over that car though. Like
Oh,
all our
there's.
friends
I know for
there
a
was
fact
dents
there's
in
a
the
video on my
roof.
Facebook of Seth jumping on your car and he had
Yeah.
a belt on, and
Oh, he scratched
it
it, yeah.
scratched.
yeah, he scratched like the top of the
We
door.
were, dude. We didn't. That whole group, we didn't give a fuck.
No.
Like we were loud. We were crazy.
and I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck either. I was just
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he was driving. He was like, yeah.
And I
You
was
guys
kind
get
of
pulled
I was kind of
over?
a crazy driver too, a little bit. Like I was just having fun. We were young and dumb, you know.
Did you ever get pulled over with, like, everybody in the car?
No, I never got pulled over in that car.
No.
No,
Do you think you should have? With, like, the way
probably.
you were driving?
Yeah, probably.
No, it's an honest question. Like, hey, I'm the same way. When I first got I'm pretty sure you too.
Yeah.
You first get your license, you you have the need for speed, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like
wanna
this
go
is
fast.
this is cool.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
And do you remember the first place you went after you got your license?
I genuinely think it was the mechanics. Wait. Yeah, it was, because it was
What was your first car?
the Lexus.
The Lexus. Yeah.
My Lexus. No, actually, you know what? No, my first time ever with, like, my license, I drove the Lexus. I drove it on the test drive because mom was like, if you're gonna fucking crash, you better have your license, because I don't want to hear shit from anybody. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got my license, test drove the car, and then we drove it back. But when we're driving it back, my mom's like, we're gonna go straight to the mechanics because I don't trust you. And I'm
Need
like,
everything.
okay.
She needed to know everything was up to par.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
She was like, get the oil change now. You got to do this. And I'm like, Mom,
I just want to
Mom.
drive.
okay. And then, dude, my car, the mechanic straight up was like, hey, it's leaking oil.
Just
I
gave you a
remember.
list, huh? You just
I know. I remember where I went.
Yeah.
I went to go meet up with Cap and some other friends, and my dumbass drove them around with the car that was leaking oil, and I did not put anything. I didn't put a lick of oil, and dude, that car still ran like a
Hey.
champ.
because it's made by Toyota.
Exactly. It's Toyota genuine.
Yeah.
All right, we are perfectly in this topic right now of cars. So let's go through all the cars you've owned. There was the Nissan Rogue was first.
Big list.
All right, what was after that? The Subi?
The G.
The G37.
That's right,
Infinity
yeah.
G37.
He had that when we started softball because we went on our trip in the G37.
Was it silver?
like
No,
a
it was gray.
grayish
It was like a
blue.
gray. Yeah.
Gray,
it was like
silver,
grayish- It's kind of like
thing.
the color of my car now.
I was gonna ask, how was it like? Just because I mean, you felt it clearly. You felt it with like all the cars that you've had. From going from like I would say a slow car to like as you've progressed through cars, like how was the change from your first car to that one? Because
Oh,
obviously it's a lot faster.
I bet you could go faster.
like hella fast.
Well, yeah, the Nissan Rogue was slow. It was really slow, and I really wanted a sports car,
yeah.
so I traded that in for the G37, and I was like, this is the coolest car ever. But
Were you a menace in that? Did you like
Yeah,
chop off
no.
the mufflers and
Oh,
just?
It unlocked Menace Car Riley.
I was racing everybody like up and down Mexico, bro.
Hey, I'll say this: for when did you had it, 2015 or 16?
The Infinity,
Yeah.
it was 2012, I think.
And then at least, like I said,
No,
it
no,
at least
Like,
last.
when did you get it?
Oh, when did I get it?
Like the time frame.
Shoot, I was in high school still.
It at least lasted
Junior
till
year.
softball because we took that on our road trip to San Fran in Oakland.
I think I got it like junior year of high school, so like
Oh, wow.
2013
Damn, so you only had a year with the Brogue?
with the Rogue. Yeah, I
The
only had like
Brogue.
the Brogue. Yeah, the
Brogue.
Brogue. Nissan Brogue. Yeah, I had that for like about a year, and
Hmm.
the Infinity a couple years, and then the Subaru STI favorite
Love
car.
that car.
I missed that car.
Yeah, that thing was fast. It was so
Dude, no, like I remember my first time meeting you. I'm not kidding. I think it was me, Cap, and Austin, and
Yeah, because
Austin
you met me after I got the Subaru, huh?
I met you
never. You
after.
never met me with the G37, did you?
I want to say I might have seen it pull up to softball once or twice.
Oh, okay.
But I genuinely don't remember. But like I said, the only time I remember, like the first cognitive memory of meeting you was I was at his pad, and me and Cap were just kind of chilling there with like twiddling our thumbs, like fuck.
And you hear,
We hear that, and then you're just like, oh, he's driving a softball. And we're like, what the okay? And then I get out, and it's this fucking nice Subaru just parked.
the red mud flaps.
Dude,
Yeah, the red
oh my
mud
God,
flaps.
bro. You know what? I will say this. I want that eventually to be my car because of you.
Yeah.
Sitting, and I'm not kidding, like sitting
No,
in
it's
seeing
such
you
a cool
drive
car.
it, seeing all the fucking gauges light
It
up.
sounded good.
Oh my
It looked
God,
good.
dude.
It had 5 seats. It had a trunk.
It had a hatch.
I took that thing camping sometimes, like off. I took it off
took
road.
it off-roading, camping, you hit the
lost a mud
canyons.
flap one time.
Dude, that car, what year was it? 17?
It was
14.
No, it was
Was the last year, right?
12.
Oh, 12.
2012, I think.
And when did you ditch it for the next car?
So I sold, or no, I got a 4Runner while I had that car.
Because
Yeah,
that was going to be
still.
your daily, right?
Yeah, that was gonna be my daily, and then
You became an off-road person, dickhead.
yeah, I became more of an off-road guy.
I don't like you. I don't like you at all for getting rid of that car.
I know.
I always tell. I'm not even a big car guy, but I miss that car.
I know. I'm gonna have another one one day.
When would you
For
project?
sure.
Maybe like 4 years from now? 5 years
It's
from
in
now?
my 5-year plan.
He's like,
a
I have
5-year
it.
plan.
What is it again? Like not the dream board. It's
Uh,
like your
mood-
manifestation
mood board?
I guess it's a mood board.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. So I had the 4Runner and the Subaru,
Mhm.
and then I decided I want to sell the Subaru, get a smaller car, because I already had the 4Runner. I didn't need like a hatchback, like another big car. So I wanted
Yeah.
a small car. So I got a Honda S2000, S2K.
That's the one that's
That
in.
one was sick too.
It's in vlog 200 with the skit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the skit. It was in
Yeah.
the skit.
I will say that car and the Subaru are like neck and neck, but I still see you more.
That
as a
one
Subaru
had
boy.
such a short lifespan. You barely
It
had
did
them.
because
Would you have
it
3
had.
months?
I mean, it had some problems, and I needed the money to. So I wanted to. I just downsized to one car. I think at that point, I had the 4Runner for a little bit, and then I got the Lexus
The one you have now.
G30. Sorry, GX 470.
That's
and-
the car now, right?
Yeah, that's the car now.
And then
Um,
wasn't there an Integra in there?
There was an Integra, Acura Integra for I don't know, like 5 months.
And
I hope
did
I
you have like a
convinced
horror story driving it back?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Go hit us with it.
So when I went to go look at it, first of all, I don't know why I didn't realize, but the guy was like, "Don't take the key out all the way; it won't turn back on." And I didn't realize that meant the key was not the right key for the car.
Oh,
It was an
shit.
Acura key, but not for that car.
Bro, just stole an
He's-
Acura key.
Somehow he got that key to work. I don't know why, but
He's like breaking the law. Like,
so
it'll start.
So I didn't really hear him say that. So I was driving. I ended up buying that car and I drove it back. We stop at a gas station, me and our friend Matt, and I take the key out, and I try to turn this thing back on, and it does not turn on. And I look at the key. I'm like, this is not the key for this car.
Oh my god.
So we call a locksmith, and he's like, I can't make a key right now. Like, I can't find the code to this car to make the key. So he like drills out the whole ignition, like the whole thing,
Oh,
and starts it with a
shit.
screwdriver. And he's like, "This is your key for now." And it turns on, but like half of the electronics don't work.
No.
So the air conditioning doesn't work, and it doesn't work. The radio doesn't work.
After he had pulled the.
After he pulled that, all that stuff was working before with the not key, I guess, like the key that was not the
Lord.
Yeah.
key. So we start driving, and all of a sudden I smell some burning, something burning, and I look behind, and there's smoke behind us, and Matt's in the passenger seat, and I'm like, dude, I think we're on fire. We're going down the freeway. And so we had to pull over, and this car's smoking, and I think it's gonna burst in flames. So I'm like, get your phone out, like get everything out that you need. But
Get
it
all
ended
the
up,
important stuff.
yeah,
Go!
but it ended up like being fine, or not catching on fire. It
Were you
wasn't
just
fine.
burning oil or what?
It wasn't fine. No, the electric something shorted because all the electronics weren't on. I don't know what happened, but it got towed back to my house. It didn't have a key. Couldn't turn it on. I actually kept it at someone else's house because I was in an apartment, so I couldn't keep it there.
Do
But
that.
Yeah.
Do you have a car horror story that comes to your mind? First one. I have one, but I want to see if you have one.
I mean, sort of. I have two technically.
Okay.
With my current cars. So the first time I bought my Civic off of my buddy, I was driving back to my house, and it was on one of the main streets that I usually take.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the car just shut off on me, like mid drive. And the scariest part is that as I was turning, I felt I felt the wheel lock a bit.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh shit, and I like managed to turn it on again as I'm running. The car catches, and I still go, and I'm like, I'm almost home. And then the car shuts off again, but I have full control.
This was in the Honda?
Yeah, I have full control, and I'm like, I'm gonna cruise until where I stop, and then I stopped right in front of a neighborhood, and I just pushed it in myself, and I'm like,
Wow.
well, what am I gonna do? And I literally did a full tune-up with my buddy on the side of like someone's lawn, just straight up like spark plugs, distributors out, wires. Like I did all of that, and then the car fucking turns on like a champ, and I'm like,
Nice.
cool, we're back
still,
in business.
Still running pretty good now, huh?
It's outside right now.
Yeah.
It made it here. No, okay, it's running good. But the other one that I have is with my Beamer. My buddies, I gotta stop buying cars from friends, dude. It's like all of my fucking projects. But
Where'd you get the Lexus?
the Lexus, I bought it off of some sketchy Vietnamese guy.
Well,
in
there
Long
you
Beach.
go.
Yeah. So no more Craigslist. No, no more friends' cars.
All right, so the BMW.
As I was driving it back, my friend's like, "Hey, don't go home. Link up at this guy's pad. We're gonna fix the car." And as I was driving, after giving him the money, the car starts overheating. Like
Oh, no.
gnarly overheating. Like I pegged it in the red a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh boy!" And then after I did like the water pump, the thermostat, I did like basic maintenance, and the car ran. It ran chill. So I drove it back. I sent it for the one time, and honestly, that was like the most fun drive home I've had after like a while. Because I was just kind of sitting in the car like, wow, I actually bought a BMW. And then as I get out the car and kind of stare at it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a BMW.
The only one the most famous one that comes to my head for me is I think it was right when I bought my Tesla. So there's a waiting period where you have to wait for the Tesla. And so I was driving the Jeep around, which was my first car, but my brother drives it now. So I was driving it for the time. And I hadn't driven it in so long that I forgot when you close the hood on the Jeep, you have to latch it. Like,
Oh, yeah. I remember
so I'm coming home down the hill right out here, and the hood it just goes, boom, flies up on me, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm surprised it did not crack the windshield. First of all,
that is terrifying.
yeah, on a main street.
Did you slam the brakes as soon as that happened?
A little, not enough to where like the person behind me crashed into me.
Yeah.
And then I had to drive head out the window to. I couldn't. What do you want me to do?
You couldn't wait. It like stuck itself back.
Yeah.
You couldn't pull over. Just put it down and then
I had to pull over.
Because it like bent, right?
Yeah, it bent.
Oh.
And so I stick my head out the window. I'm driving, head out the window.
You look like Ace
And
Ventura.
everybody like behind me stops because they see what just happened. So I had to go over like 3 lanes, and then I pull into a McDonald's parking lot, and I close it, and it's like just like a V in the hood, and I'm like, oh my god. But my dad, being the handyman he is, it looks fine now.
You just beat it back into place with
Yeah.
a hammer or something.
I think like hot water and a plunger or something.
See,
he
Papa
said,
Clash, bro. He's
dude,
got
it
the answers.
literally looks like I went through no damage.
That's crazy.
awesome.
It's not
That's
even
funny.
a new hood. It's like it's crazy.
Dude, I wish I was that handy. I wish I had like my own spot to just
Yeah,
do
right.
whatever.
Work on
I
cars.
want.
We should get one.
We should get a garage.
Out of every car you had, what was your favorite one?
It's got to be the Subaru.
Okay, and
What
then
what'd you do to the Subaru? Just kind of curious.
What did I do?
like
Yeah,
upgrades.
Like any mods, any like.
So, I replaced or got an aftermarket exhaust, full exhaust. It was
Mhm.
basically straight piped.
well, wasn't it a Tome?
I got a Tome downpipe. And then the exhaust was like some cheap knockoff, but it was so loud. And then intake, cold air intake, and then a dyno tune to make it faster.
Yeah.
So that car was so fun.
I was gonna say I love like putting on an intake on a car because you just hear the.
Yeah,
You hear the
and it was
car
so
just
fun to
breathing.
take it to like canyon roads and just rip the windy roads and stuff.
Kind of curious. Did you ever have like any major problems? Because I've had a couple friends that have had Subarus and they're just like it's either a okay car or it's just hit or miss.
A lot of people have problems with those, but mine was like problem free, trouble free. 'Cause it was like pretty low miles, so it wasn't.
Do you remember how many miles it had?
When I bought it, it was around 28,000. Yeah, 28,000.
Dude, that car was brand new.
And when I sold it, I think I was close to 50,000. I drove it a lot, but yeah, it didn't give me any problems. It went camping like to Sequoia like many times.
You took it even to the snow, right?
Yeah, up the mountains too.
I love that picture on your IG.
Yeah.
It's just the snow's falling and you see the in its element.
Mm-hmm.
Now, both of you, dream car. Sweater.
Me first? Okay.
Go.
It has to be like a 90s Acura Integra. Sorry, not Integra. No.
It could be the Type R.
No.
but-
Acura NSX. It's a Honda, basically a supercar in the 90s
Oh, yeah.
that Honda made.
I don't think I've even told you. What's the car that my dad got? The white one?
Oh,
have you seen it on his
bought a-
Facebook?
Yeah, I saw his Facebook. It was a
The IROC. The Camaro.
Camaro, yeah.
Sorry.
I
So-
don't know what IROC means, but Camaro, yeah.
I come from a family of Camaro owners, so they're just like, "Oh, dude, I have a catfish. Oh, dude, I have a fish head." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
IROC is I don't know.
IROC's
The
the
model.
International Race of Champions, and I guess Chevy made that car to be like, "Hey,
yeah, I
fuck the
saw that.
competition.
I saw that on his
We made
Facebook.
this.
That thing's pretty cool. I like it.
I like it. It's
So-
very time period like
Yeah.
So NSX, a certain year NSX?
Any
Just in
pretty
the
much
90s?
any year in the 90s. Well, there was some, I think it went into the 2000s, like early 2000s too.
Yeah.
But anyone with the pop-up headlights, I like pop-up headlights.
What color?
Ooh, that's a good question.
for you.
I don't-
I
I
see
don't
you
like-
like in a black one.
I don't like red. I like
You
black.
don't like red?
Nah, I don't like red. I know.
I
I know
like
that's
red.
like kind of like
Outta
an iconic color of a NSX kind of.
A red's like the perfect iconic color.
I know, but I don't like red. I
Maybe
can't-
yellow.
No.
I'm-
You hate yellow cars?
You have to, like, a yellow car
I don't wanna drive a
has
taxi
to
around.
look good. Because
don't wanna
most
drive a
yellow
taxi.
cars, I think taxi.
Yeah,
Like,
but a nice black one or like a dark blue would be cool.
Oh, dark blue one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
what about you?
No, let's go with you, sir.
GTR.
What color?
Okay.
I don't want to say white because my Tesla's already white. Probably red.
See,
Oh.
thank you.
Somebody's having a party outside.
That's like me driving by with like the sub going off. Just boom, boom.
Yeah, probably a red GTR. And weren't you telling me they're like getting cheaper, like
Dude,
older
They are.
ones?
stupid
Yeah.
cheap
You can
now.
get used ones for pretty cheap.
I told him I like kind of window shopping. I found a GTR for 19 grand.
Huh?
Pretty high miles.
No.
Miles, huh?
How much?
No?
Like 160.
He's like, send me the link.
He's like, I will buy it right now.
160, not a lot.
160 is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
160 is a lot, but like it's
You
it's
don't
a
know.
Nissan.
You don't know how they were driving the GTR, bro.
I mean, it's a new car, so it's gonna work.
how
It's a
new?
newer car.
How new though?
Yeah.
I think it was like 2011 or 12.
That's already 12 years old. 160,000 miles.
Your Acura would be like theoretically almost
I'd-
40 years old.
If I were to get a GTR, I can't afford that, but
Not a new one.
but I would get one definitely under 100,000. I wouldn't go over 100,000.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
miles.
My dream car is my Tesla, but another one would be the GTR. So, yeah.
it would be
GTR.
even faster than your Tesla.
GTR,
Stock, it would be faster?
Yes,
I think so.
GTRs are fast.
Here's the thing: a lot of people think that Teslas are like really, really fast. They're quick,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they're that fast.
They can be really fast.
They can be really fast. Like if you put that bitch in ludicrous mode, and you have like if you have a plaid, oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the
estimating
plaid is
everything.
fast, but
You've driven a couple plaids, right?
yes,
yeah.
I've driven a bunch.
Sweater
actually.
Valet, so he gets a lot of nice cars.
I drive a lot of different cars, from shitty Toyota Camrys to really nice Rolls Royce. I don't know what the SUV is, but
I know exactly which one it is,
One
but
of those.
oh, dude, that's like 400 grand.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hold on. On the topic that we're going to go into this, really quickly, just what's your dream car?
Oh.
Go. Just fast. Go.
Mazda RX-7. FD.
Mazda RX-7. Color.
The color has to be either yellow or black.
Year.
Let's go with a 97.
All right, cool. The valet job. You've met a lot of people at that valet job. Some celebrities.
yeah, a lot of professional
Athletes.
like
right?
athletes.
So
There
run
was
through.
Khalil Mack.
That one's badass.
Nice.
Middle linebacker
Um,
for the Chargers.
Right on.
Do you know that one?
Chargers, yeah.
No, Khalil Mack.
No.
Okay, I'm going to turn to you every time and tell you who they are.
Okay.
Who was the basketball player?
Zach Levine.
Zach Levine. Yeah,
Zach Levine
That
was
was his
Zach
name.
Levine.
I drove
Chicago Bulls.
I drove
basketball
his
player.
nice Bentley
Oh.
V12 Bentley.
Mm.
Who else? There was
I feel like you met a few more.
There's other.
That's the only. That's one of the few times Sweater talks in our group chat too. He rarely says anything, but the only time he does, he'll be like, "I just parked so and so's."
That ass. He's the guy in the group chat, just reads everything, does not send a single thing.
I sent something today.
Oh, I haven't even looked at
It
it.
was just surreal. But who else? There was a. Oh, how could I forget Puff Daddy?
The way you just brought it up.
Of course.
P Diddy, bro.
Yeah.
P Diddy. What was he driving?
Didn't meet him, but no, he had like a driver. I think he was driving
A driver?
Yeah, he had a driver. I think it was a Maybach or something.
Would not surprise me, bro.
Either that or Rolls Royce. It was like, yeah, I think it was something really nice like that. A driver. He had a driver, a filmer, and like security. He had a whole
And
entourage.
you work at a valet for a hospital too, so you've had some crazy stories of like patients, right?
Yeah. So crazy people come into the ER sometimes.
Hit us with one. I want to hear one.
One of them was police brought in this lady. They were trying to get her out of her car, or their car, sorry.
Yeah.
Trying to get her out of the police car. And apparently she reached for their gun.
Oh my God.
Had her hand on the gun. So they had to throw her down. She didn't get the gun out, but
She got body slammed.
She got body slammed. Yeah.
Damn.
So two police officers were body slammed her, but then like 3 other cop cars come rushing in because they have to call backup, I guess.
He's just in his little booth, just like.
Why do I
Yeah.
imagine all the cops coming in, stopping in the middle of the road, throwing him the keys all simultaneously, like, park him, go.
Well, yeah, it's some really entertaining times like that. Like, and then there's just people like being out of pocket. Like,
When you first started there, didn't somebody show up in like full blood?
yeah, I think someone cut their wrist really bad, and they tried to valet their car, and I didn't want to drive.
I literally need to go in. I'm bleeding out. I
car.
don't want to touch your car, bro.
Yeah. But he had to get. He obviously had to get in there really fast. So I was just like, leave it over here. That's fine. Get in there and get like
Go.
stitched up or whatever.
Oh, I just remembered. You saw Toddy Smith too, didn't you?
Who?
The guy from the Vlog Squad back in like the David Dobrik days.
Yes.
that Todd?
I think a couple of David Dobrik's friends.
They're just chilling down here?
I don't know their names.
Was
but
he?
they're-
Did he have a girl with him?
No.
That would have been Natalie.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
No. I forget. Yeah, I think the one whoever you just said, but
If I showed you a picture, would you be like, "Oh yeah"?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Dude, what's like the rudest customer you've had so far?
Well, there was a guy. He comes up to the we call it a drive, and I go up to him. I was like, "Hi, how can I help you, sir?" Like,
Do you have
nice and
a
everything.
customer service voice that you use?
Yeah, yeah.
just hit
I
us
mean,
with
it's
one.
not like
Hello, how
overly
are you?
excited or anything, but I'm like, "Hi, how can I help you, sir?" And he's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Okay." Do you need a valet? And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right, let me go get a ticket real quick, so because we have to write down their names and stuff." So I come back and I'm like, I tell him he has to close his roof because he had a convertible. I was like, I don't want to try to find how to do it or whatever. Your button, yeah. So he gets pissed at this, so he slams his trunk as hard as he can. I'm like, all right,
No need.
no
Bad
need.
day.
Yeah, seriously, like bad day. Like who pissed in your Cheerios? Anyways, so I'm like, all right, I'll whatever. And I was like, can I have your first and last name, please? And he takes his ID out of his wallet and throws it on his car. So I have to go over and I get his name off of his ID. And he goes and closes his roof. And then I start doing we have to check for damage on the car. And I'm like, oh, I need to get his keys from him, obviously. So I turn around and I'm like, do you have your keys on you? And he holds them out. And I go to grab them and he just latches on and doesn't let me take it. And he's like,
What the hell?
and he was like, oh, sorry about that. And I'm like, you know what? You can park your own car.
That reminds me of a story from high school, the handing story. This kid was I don't even remember who this kid was, but we got high school rings, just like senior year, like a ring, like
okay.
so you graduated. And we were at an Ocean View football game, and he's like, "Oh, can I see your ring?" I hand it to him. He holds it, and he drops it, and he's like, "Oh, my bad."
No.
And I'm
yeah,
like-
that's basically the same thing.
I'm like, "You dick,
Fuck
bro."
those guys.
Jeez.
Was it- This guy?
Yeah, it was him.
Any of these other guys?
I think Either him or him. I don't know.
What do you point
He
at?
pointed at Zane and Scott, and usually you can tell they're different, but they both have beards and both have dyed blonde hair in this picture.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Scott, probably Scott, because Scott and Todd have been friends
Oh, okay.
since
Yeah, it was probably him.
way long ago.
Scotty Sire, right?
Yes.
Scotty Sire.
That was another part of high school we didn't even talk about. We went to a ton of football games. Those are always fun to go to.
Yeah, Friday nights.
Friday
Friday night lights.
I would say sweater night were more popular at our friends' high school
Than our
our own high school.
We knew
Mike,
everybody.
You
yeah, I went to that place.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Cut.
And
Cut.
we went to that high school, and then our friend Bobby Not Crosby went to this other high school, and we'd always go to there. He tried to convince us to transfer there early in our high school years, but we were like, bro, we don't know anybody.
I almost did though.
Yeah, we don't know
play football.
We don't know anybody. Like, why would we go there? All our homies from our middle
Another
school
cup,
are going there, and then so we're like, nah, man, we can't. And then lo and behold, our whole friend group basically became kids from the other high school.
Yeah, like everybody there knew us,
Yeah, and then
and we knew a lot of people there.
a football game at their high school was so much more fun
Yeah.
than a football game at our high school.
Yeah, because we just had a big group of people we knew. We usually played a football game of our own in the
Huh?
grass, I feel like. Yeah, we used to play football during the football games sometimes.
We throw it
What?
around. Yeah. And we
Yeah.
just like throw it around,
We throw it around. Sometimes we do like little pickup
like
games.
2-hand touch or
But,
something
yeah.
like that.
The people on the bench. Hey, you want to get on this? We
Yeah.
need people.
Yeah, they all right. In middle school, why the hoodie?
Why the hoodie?
Like every day.
The hood.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you were
love,
one of those
I'm wearing a
guys?
hoodie right now. I
I
love
know.
wearing hoodies. Honestly.
I know, but all of our days in middle school, you had like 2 hoodies.
I mean, I don't know what the reason was, but there's always that I was that kid that wore
The hoodie
a
kid?
The hoodie kid, yeah, exactly.
I
know.
like even on 100-degree days.
It was hot,
dude.
yeah.
Ew, dude. I could just imagine you like reeking like ass in that thing.
Maybe. Maybe.
Just me.
I don't know. I don't do that anymore. I
No.
like my t-shirts when it's hot.
Yeah. You grew out of it once we got to
Yeah.
like sophomore year.
I think it was like a little self-conscious little kid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And you lost a lot of weight going
Yeah.
from freshman summer
I was
to
a little heavy,
sophomore
and
year.
then lost some weight, but
Bro,
Yeah.
hit the sickest cut of his life. He was
Nothing like morbidly obese, but like the
No.
chunky kid.
the chunky, yeah, a little chunky.
Yeah. And then next year, like, huh?
Yeah, I grew a little bit and lost some weight. So.
Yeah. Didn't even earn it. He was just like, I just grew.
He's like, "What's your secret?" I don't know. I didn't
Grew
do
like
anything.
6 inches, I think, in 1 year. So I don't know.
So all that
Yeah.
weight just stretched out.
Yeah, basically.
The hair. Out of all our
Hair.
friend group, I think you had the most Bieber haircut.
Yeah.
Now, did you tell yourself like I have
I
Bieber
did-
hair and this guy's like all the ladies love him, so I'm gonna grow this hair
I don't know if I wanted to look like Justin Bieber, but
unintentionally?
I think a lot of people had that hair.
I had
style.
long hair.
A lot of
And-
people had that because it was like the era of Smosh. So
Smosh.
it was
yeah.
like Smosh era. Everybody had just the swoop because of Bieber.
And then I did this thing where you like shake your head and go,
Oh my god! It used to be the
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't,
Not
even do
the
it. I can't do it with this hair.
I remember someone called me like Scene or something. I don't know what that
Scene.
means,
No, yeah, because people.
it is seen hair though.
I didn't know what that phrase was until I met people from softball because we called it emo,
but yeah,
and then you guys called it scene.
Oh yeah, we,
Like-
we it was just seen kids like day in
because
day
your
out.
hair was like in your face, kind of like
It's-
yeah.
So I'm gonna make you pick between one of these, but then I'm gonna ask you questions about
Okay.
both. But if you had to pick one, only one.
Only one.
These are some of your hobbies. You can only pick one:
Oh.
snowboarding
Hobby
or camping.
snowboarding or camping.
oh, there's an easy one to me personally. that I would
Like
choose.
we're pretending this choice. Whatever one you don't pick, can't
So-
do it. Can't do it ever again.
like the rest of my life.
Rest of your life.
I'd have to go I have to pick one to do the rest of my life, right?
If you pick this one, you can still do it.
Yeah, I would have to pick camping because I can't do snowboarding the rest of my life. Like,
Yeah.
I'd get too old, and
Not at all. You hit those.
I
diamonds,
love
bro.
snowboarding so much, but camping, like I can do that till I die.
True.
So
True.
Is your eventual plan to just move out into like the woods and build your own cabin?
no, I can't live in the woods. I have to be like kind of near a city.
Yeah.
I'm not really a city boy, but like,
You're a city
Yeah,
boy.
that's what I said. There
but I
has to be
have
stuff going on.
Yeah, I can be like right outside of a city, like, but I can't live like in a cabin.
Let's go snowboarding, the one you just ditched for the rest of your life. I know you now can tackle the biggest runs.
Yeah, I do some double black diamonds.
Do you have any tricks or tips for how you get to that point for people that are starting out?
Some guidance.
I'm the worst at teaching or giving tips. But when you're starting out, a lot of people like try to lean on their back foot. You got to lean forward because that's where all your control is.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're going, you can lift up your front foot and your back foot will follow because like naturally because you're leaning on that one. Lift it up. That's how you turn basically. So you lift it up or push it down, and that's how you can turn. Going down big black diamonds, I don't know. You just got to be kind of crazy.
Yeah, you go fast.
Yeah, I've been 53 miles an hour down one of those, and it feels nuts.
Just
on
can
a
you describe it at all?
You're on a little tiny little plank, strapped in like
Your feet aren't even free.
You can't bail out of there.
I know I learned that the hard way. Funny enough, so random. Me and Cap went to Mammoth for one New Year's. As we were both just falling down the mountain, I hear a random fucking voice that's like, "Yeah, dude!" And I look back, and it's Riley, like just snowboarding a bit.
They didn't plan this trip together.
No,
Not at all. I think I called you out.
just
and
a
I was like,
random weekend.
I think I was like, Riley, and
Yeah.
you were just like, "So, dude, like, what are you doing?" And I'm just like, "I'm dying here. Help me, brother." And
Yeah,
you're like,
they were
"I gotta go."
learning.
You just left me. I'm on the floor, like trying to get up, strapped in. Like, can you help me? He's like, my party's leaving later.
Yeah,
Just takes off.
basically.
The group that you always go snowboarding with, who would you say from skill is the best to the worst right now?
The people I usually go with, so Ronnie.
Which is Ocean View.
Ronnie is the most skilled because
He always goes. He's on a team right now.
Yes,
isn't
he's
he?
on a team right now.
He's on a
He goes
snowboarding
all the
team?
time.
Yeah.
So he goes consistently enough to progress pretty fast.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like really ballsy. So he'll try. he'll just send it off things like
How fast do you think he's
huge
probably
jumps.
gone?
I think we've been snowboarding the same amount of time, but he's better than me going off jumps and hitting rails, and I'm a little scared to do that stuff.
Once you get the hang of it, would you say you still kind of need to build up to like hitting ramps and like rails, or can you honestly just kind of send it?
regular snowboarding?
I mean, I've been
years.
snowboarding every year for 7 years, and I've been going off bigger and bigger jumps lately, but rails scare the shit out of me because
Were you like starting to hit
If
rails
you mess
and jumps?
up, that's metal.
yeah, that's metal. I've actually fallen on one. That I'm a little traumatized by it. That's why I haven't really hit anything lately because I cut open my shin.
Ooh.
Like I
Oh,
thought I saw
gosh.
bone on that, but yeah, that kind of scared me.
What's the worst
Away
wipeout
from
you've
that
seen
stuff.
in person?
What's the worst wipeout?
Yeah. Like seeing
Two
somebody-
people running into each other. That's the worst.
Oh.
Because
We
people are coming.
both just went.
People are coming down really fast behind, and some people will like use the runs to turn like wide. So people from behind are going down straight, and then they see someone coming, and they just smack right into them. I've seen that, and I always stop. I'm like, "Are you guys good?" Like, just like sit for a little bit. Like, don't get up like right away. But yeah, that's probably the worst thing that can happen because people are coming down really fast, like me. But I usually avoid them, or avoid the slower people.
You're like, hey, me personally though, I would never hit somebody.
Would you put you after Ocean View?
Yeah, out of the group that I go with normally, because it's Ocean View, Bobby, Ocean View's brother, my girlfriend. But I'm probably behind Ocean View, and then my girlfriend's actually almost as good as me. Like she's really good too.
You're like, but not as good.
You're
Not as good. No, not as good. She can't go as fast as me.
And then
but Bobby's still kind of learning. It's his second year actually going.
It's only year 2 for him?
It's either 2 or 3. I
I
forget.
thought it was longer.
I want to say maybe like 3.
Because I thought I
Maybe it
went
was
with
3.
all of you when I went
that
last
2
time.
years ago?
That was it was before COVID. I think
Okay. Maybe Bobby's been like 3 years.
the last time they took me,
Yeah.
I flew like 10 feet. My
He
snowboard
wasn't having a good time.
went down the mountain. That was the last time I went.
Yeah, he was not. He did not have a good time.
Yeah.
I've only been once so far. I honestly,
time?
I want to go back, but
You should go back with me.
maybe. But you're not a good teacher.
No, I'm
You just-
not. I can do some tips, but I don't want to like stick around and like.
I was.
Dickhead.
They knew
Not like,
I wasn't
hey, I'll
good.
gas you up.
They knew I wasn't good yet, and I'm like, wow, we're going pretty high.
No, yeah, the first run. No, the first one we ran on, it was still green, but it was still. It's kind of a. It's not like a super mellow run. Like not mellow enough to learn.
I couldn't even get off the gondola. I
The
fell
yeah,
getting
the
off of it,
trailer.
and I had to duck under other ones going until it was safe to go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we should have probably taken you on the bunny slopes first.
Dude, my first hill that like I went on after being completely strapped and everything, dude, I went off a blue.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no was
Oh no.
It was horrible.
Yeah, first run going on a blue. That's not good.
All right. Camping questions. What's the favorite spot you've ever camped at?
Definitely Sequoia.
Oh,
That's-
I know that one.
Yeah,
To
you've been
the
there a
big old
couple
tree?
times, I think.
I do like Sequoia. It's really nice.
Yeah, Sequoia is really cool. There's cool hikes over there. And,
We do have one terrible time at Sequoia, though. The time it rained.
Yeah,
Oh, that sucked.
yeah. It's never fun camping in the rain.
No.
It gets muddy.
Me and
wet.
Kyle ditched our tent. I was like, we're sleeping in your truck, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That's not fun.
Part of the
but
experience though, dog. You're like one of
sometimes,
the
yeah. Sometimes it happens. You
No, but all the other times,
gotta
like,
learn to adapt. You know.
when it was sunny and nice, those times were fun.
Yeah.
The spot we always pick at Sequoia has like this river run right next to it.
Oh, wow.
There's a hike right next to that
Yeah.
river, like all the way up this mountain.
Oh my god! And you
And
get
then
to like
waterfalls,
the most amazing
yeah.
waterfall. But if you fall in that shit,
You're
this
done.
water's
Hardcore
running,
rap.
bro.
yeah, you're done.
You're done.
I was about to ask, like, did you guys go into the river? I used to do as a kid.
We've sat on the edge.
Yeah, you can go in, but like, I mean, we didn't really go in. I don't think.
Like the spot right next to the camp, you can waddle in that and like
Yeah.
play in it.
Oh, I meant like full on swimming.
But
in it.
the hike
no,
to
we never
where
swam in it.
the hike to where you go, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Like because there's like this like narrow narrow part where the water's just like it's going,
Yeah.
and we always sit on the edge and just like enjoy it. But like if you fall into that, you're screwed.
It'll throw you around a little bit. You're
Yeah.
gonna hit your head on some rocks, and
Just have a grand old time.
but
huh?
yeah, you just kind of look at it from afar. You don't really
Yeah.
want to be near it.
Yeah. Where's a dream place you would like to camp at?
There's probably better places, but I've always wanted to go to Big Sur. I've
Oh,
heard that's
dude.
really nice.
I was kind of bummed because we tried to find it driving home from San Fran. We didn't have the best luck with that.
I mean, we did, but the thing is that from
Like all the pictures you see, we didn't see that.
The big bridge and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we drove by that.
We probably drove on it.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
talking about the one that goes over the ocean, right? Like it's
Yeah, it's like on a hill. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
I can
cliffside.
picture it.
But like
I
the
can't really-
foresty pictures of Big Sur, we tried looking for stuff like that. We didn't really find it.
The thing is that it was. I want to say we drove past it because I want to say there's like a road in.
There's probably a road into
In-
there,
yeah,
and like
I guess would be the
there's
right
camping in there, and like the
Yeah.
forest. Yeah,
There's probably a certain campground.
and then you can go down to the beach. I think from there or something.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When we went down, when we were up there, I wanted to go to the beach because I was like, dude, it's summer.
Yeah.
We can hit it. But the thing is, we kind of tried, but there's no like official turnout to like leave the car, let alone a
Yeah.
Sprinter van.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And try to just hike down. Like no,
Uh-huh.
we weren't
Yeah.
being able to do that.
Your whole thought process on skydiving.
Whole thought process.
Yeah. The day of, what were you thinking? Were you scared?
I was a little scared before, but like I was really excited. It was like a mixture of excited and scared. I knew like nothing was probably gonna go wrong, but there's always like that fear in the back of your head.
Yeah. Especially the video they played before.
Yeah, they're like, you might die or something, but like it's not our fault. You're signing a
You
waiver,
signed the waiver.
so we're not liable or whatever.
But the place we went to, I looked up, nobody had died at that place since the 80s.
Since the 80s.
I'm
I mean,
expecting to hear
but
like,
everything-
oh, no.
But it was kind of the dude's own fault anyway. He flew into a telephone.
Whoa.
So wait, like as he was parachuting down.
Yeah,
I didn't know about
think
that.
that's what it was.
Oh, dude, that's.
I don't know why I looked it up. I shouldn't have looked it up.
Why? bro?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, did you look it up after or before?
before.
Jeez.
Oh, you went.
But I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
Like at all.
No, yeah. It was. I mean, when you get up there, you're like so excited to go, but then you scoot closer to the opening of the perfectly good airplane you're about to jump out of, and you look down. You're like, oh my gosh, because you're 14,000 feet up. That's insane.
He kind of described it. Isn't it like from the point of view as you're getting closer to the door, it just looks like people are getting sucked out?
Yeah, because people are just going, and then you're like, all right, I'm fourth in line, third, second. I'm up, and you're just hanging out. Your feet are dangling, and the guy's strapped behind you. And then he's just like, tilt your head back. We're going. And then we jump out and we just start spinning like this.
Oh yeah, he had the craziest guy.
He's like extreme.
He was the only one that let him land on his feet.
Yeah, we were coming down, right? It was so beautiful though when your parachute finally comes out and you're just looking around.
See, what did I say when I was here? Pure bliss.
You see the lake.
Is that not a good description?
Yeah, pure bliss when you're just floating down. But it did hurt my freaking crotch.
Honestly, do most people slide on their ass?
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah, that's what they tell you to do.
Well, we were coming down. He's like, we're gonna slide like on our butts when we get down there. So practice like lifting your feet up. So I was doing that. I was like, all right, I got that.
Why do you imagine just like...
Yeah,
like
this,
this, just like,
I was hanging there and I was like, all right, yeah.
He's just like this, bro. He's just like...
He's like, let me see it. And I'm like, yep,
yeah,
got it.
And
then we're like, I think we're like 50 feet away from the ground, 30 feet. And he's like, all right, we're landing on our feet. I'm like, what? I didn't practice that. So we both like running. He's strapped to me. I'm right there.
His dude literally turned him into a helicopter. His dude.
Yeah, we spun. I don't know how many times, but I was so dizzy after that. We're just like.
Did you ever do flips?
No flips. I think one of us.
Not my guy.
Maybe Cheyenne.
One of us like flipped out, and I don't know, maybe, but it was fun. It was a crazy experience.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I think I would do it again.
You think you'd get your license?
No, I don't know if I want to do that solo. I want a trained professional. On my
Yeah. Art's the crazy one there.
Yeah, Art wants to do that.
And then to close out this episode, when the Halloween special rolls around once again, do we have the return of a big costume?
Possibly.
We had Big Baby. We had Big Ballerina.
Big Ballerina. I don't know what's next.
What would you like to see?
Honestly, I kind of want to see you in like a gorilla suit.
Like a big gorilla,
Dude.
like a round gorilla, or
Yeah.
like just a regular gorilla.
Both.
Well, he's known for keeping the
We gotta
big
do like
tradition.
a round.
That's what I'm thinking. Like inflatable stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe like a banana. I don't know.
Dude,
it's got to be like something, but like
inflatable, right?
like inflatable and fat, like round, basically.
And I keep forgetting to bring this up. I want to say when Mobo and I hit 10,000 subscribers, whatever day that will come, I think every 10K will be like a mukbang episode. So
Better get there quick. I'm
10K, 20K, 30K, we'll just mukbang and podcast. Maybe you'll get different sounds.
Yo, whoa! Here's the thing. From my angle, I only see his eyes, so he could either be like on the mic, or he could just like.
We also didn't mention last episode. It was here, but we didn't say anything about it. We framed Art's drawing.
I think we put it on our Off the Hill podcast.
We did.
On
We
Instagram.
posted it on our Instagram. Yeah, go follow that too. You can follow his Instagram, my Instagram, and Sweater's Instagram. All in the description. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
And we'll see you in episode 13.